Yeah. This never gets old. I know some of you all are already sick of this. I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it. This is gonna be the whole show. All right. No more of that. Everybody's like, "What are you doing? Stop that! We don't want to see the alien no more." Dude, that is the cult classic Mac and Me. I'm not kidding. Seriously, that's Mac and Me. From what was it, 1988? One of the greatest alien movies ever created. Better than E.T., better than Aliens, better than Independence Day. Yes, mac and cheese. But yeah, it's one of the stupidest movies ever created. An obvious cash grab. I've mentioned it before. And yes, Mac and Me is always, it always lives in our hearts. So if you've never seen the 1988 classic Mac and Me, go watch it. And then after you finish watching it, you can come back and you can complain to me about how you wasted an hour and a half of your life watching that movie. Because it's so dumb. It's so stupid. And it's basically like ultra low budget. Well, maybe not super ultra low budget. McDonald's did actually provide some money. But yeah, it's it's a movie. I'll just say that. Like if you've ever seen E.T., like even today, E.T. is still a good film. It was great. I mean, it came out in like '82, and yeah, I mean, obviously most of us didn't see it back in '82 because we were just weren't around. But yeah, saw E.T. When I was a kid. Loved it, just as everybody else did. Had to get the Reese's Pieces. Got to get them Reese's Pieces. And yeah, it was great. Interesting fact about that is Reese's Pieces were actually not a huge seller at all at the time. And E.T., when it was in production, they were looking for sort of like a little candy gimmick to go into the movie. Not like a huge gimmick like Mac and Me did, but just a little something. And they actually approached M&M's, the M&M's candies. And M&M's said no. They were like, "Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to get into that stuff." And they were like, all right, fine. So they went to Reese's Pieces, and Reese's Pieces was like, "Sure." And I think, like, from the moment the movie came out, like through that entire year of 1982, the sales of Reese's Pieces like doubled. It was insane. So yeah, I mean, it worked out for Reese's Pieces, and they're actually not terrible. If you've never had Reese's Pieces, they're not bad. It's basically like a chocolate and peanut butter with a candy shell on the outside. That's all it is. It's kind of like, it's very, very similar to M&M's, except M&M's, like the regular old school M&M's, are just like chocolate candy with a little candy outside. Whereas Reese's Pieces has the peanut butter in them. So yeah, free Brittany Griner. She's going to be in jail for a long time, man. She got 9 years. 9 years. I mean, it's not like we didn't see that sort of thing coming, though. So yeah, man, Brittany, unless the Russians want to actually deal her, which I don't think they do, she's gonna be there for pretty much her prime years, and that stinks. I feel bad for her. I really do, because I can tell you right now, if the Ukraine war wasn't going, they would have gotten her back a long time ago. But that's Russia for you, man. The teacher got 12 years. Yeah, it's kind of insane, man. That's why I don't like countries like that, like Russia, especially Russia and China, again, the people are fine there. The people are cool. They only know, unfortunately, what their government tells them. But yeah, their governments do some really shady stuff. And I'm not saying that America hasn't done shady stuff. They have. But yeah, that's why it's always bad, especially as an American traveling around the world. Not always the easiest thing. It's kind of like the UK, like England. You can travel around, but and everybody will tolerate you, but they don't really like you. They're just like, oh, it's an American, okay. Like you go to Japan, most people are really nice there, from what I understand, but you just know that there's a little animosity toward Americans, which is completely understandable. So yeah, I don't blame them for being a little annoyed. Although I think they should also, and I'm sure most of them do, is they also blame the government that was in power at the time. But anyways, we're getting off onto something completely different. Let's get back to what we're here for. Where are my news stories? Yeah, we got lots of interesting news here. We got some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news. Some interesting stuff there. Also, on the computer front, some interesting news from Intel. Yes, that Intel. And their Arc GPUs. I was a little disappointed to hear about this. Where is this? How come this is not coming up? Oh, there we go. And I know you can't see it. I'm not showing it to you yet. Also, there's a new, basically a new hologram card table that you can get. And yeah, you apparently can play Yu-Gi-Oh with it, from what I understand. Also, having to do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of the Elements released. New set. Got some very, very interesting and expensive Starlight rares in that set. Also, kind of on the, I don't want to say on the fringe, but apparently Post Malone likes Magic the Gathering. We'll go over that. Also, we got, I can kind of fill you all in some of the new releases from Weiss Schwartz, although I'm pretty sure you all don't care about that. We'll also do some HBO Max news, because that, I don't know if you all heard the news. It was all over Twitter for a few days. But yeah, something kind of weird happened with HBO Max, and it's not good. So we'll go over that. Not only that, but hey, anime fans, it's Crunchyroll Expo time. Yes, really, Crunchyroll Expo is happening right now. Yeah, apparently VTubers are here in a new Crunchy City, apparently. I don't know how that works. And then we'll go over a little bit of Force of Will, because Force of Will just never gets any love. But yeah, here we go. We're going to start out with some Pokemon, because that's what we're all kind of here for. But yeah, here are Pokemon Scarlet and Violet exclusives. We found some more information about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Also found out about some of the new Pokemon we're going to get. And no joke, I'm not kidding. I think I mentioned this in Discord. Card games on motorcycles is coming to Pokemon. I'm not kidding. Okay, well, sorta. Yeah, card games on motorcycles. But seriously, here, we'll read this and then we'll kind of go over it. Vulpix or Growlithe, Zangoose or Seviper. Ever since Arceus made the world in its image, Pokemon fans have had to grapple with a huge choice. Which version to get? The quandary will remain in place for the latest games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Every generation of Nintendo's zeitgeisty monster hunting RPG splits up its roster of Pokemon, which I don't like, with a handful showing up in one game while remaining absent from the counterpart, and vice versa. This strategy makes a certain degree of sense, if cynically. I don't think it does. Pokemon games have always launched as a pair, making some Pokemon available in one version, but not the other, potentially incentivizing additional sales. That's why they do it. We all know. Or less cynically, it forces players to actually engage with each other in trade. We do that anyway. But it looks like they do have some interesting stuff as far as which particular Pokemon are going to be exclusive to one game or the other. Here are some of the people on the list here. Scarlet exclusives apparently are going to be Larvitar, Pupitar. Pupitar. It is Pupitar, Pupitar, however you want to say it. Tyranitar, Stonjourner, and a Koraidon. Koraidon is the new Pokemon, who is also a motorcycle and also flies. So, yeah, deal with it. Violet exclusives are going to be Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, Ice-Q, and Miraidon. Which, again, Miraidon's the new one. I'm actually, because I was already leaning toward Violet, and now that I see that Ice-Q and Salamence are there, I'm like, okay, I'm happy. Because you could still get Salamence and Ice-Q via trade, but yeah, I like Ice-Q. Ice-Q's kind of nice. So yeah, those are the exclusives so far. I'm sure there are going to be more, but those are the ones we know about so far. One other thing I wanted to mention was, as was probably mentioned in the Discord, apparently the 2 new Pokemon are also motorcycles. I'm not kidding. Koraidon and Miraidon are both motorcycles. This is not some mock-up. This is real. As you can see, there's a wheel right there. I'm not kidding. You can get them as mounts. This is true. Not only can you use them as little motorcycle mounts, but they also later in the game apparently gain the ability to fly. It's interesting. I mean, I like the mount thing. I really do, because playing Sword and Shield, the biggest gripe that I had as far as quality of life stuff is that you have to walk a lot of different places. I mean, yeah, you can do fast travel, but that only takes you so far. You still have to walk to various locations and stuff that just don't have fast travel points. Whereas in Arceus, you got mounts. So not only can you get ground mounts, but you could also get a water mount, and then you could also get the flying mount toward the end of toward endgame, which is great. So it makes sense that they would continue this. And from what I understand, the gameplay between Arceus and Scarlet and Violet is going to be very similar. The world is going to be different, though, obviously. In fact, what's the name of the... They actually mentioned the name of the location. I forgot what it's called. The something region. They're all called the something region. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are different. We already knew the legendary Pokemon 2 motorcycle-inspired dragons. Koraidon and Miraidon were exclusive to Scarlet and Violet respectively, but in the wake of a massive news dump this week, the roster is slowly coming into clarity. Here are the version exclusive... Okay, those are the ones we already looked over. Well, just from this little thing here, it looks like, let's see, there's Gardevoir. Of course Gardevoir is going to be in here. Oh, I forget the name of this one. And then there's also... Oh god, I haven't seen her in so long, but I forgot her name. Oh, and Pelipper, and it looks like, is that... I can't remember who that is. Is that Drapion? Or Drapion? Peldia or something like that? Here, we can actually watch the video. Let's see what the video does. Is it going to make me watch an ad? Yep, we're getting an ad. Oh, it's in Spanish? Why is it in Spanish? Okay, Kotaku, I have no idea. Well, I mean, I kind of understand what it says, but still, it doesn't make sense. Okay, well, here we go. Attention, please. Oh, this is the new trailer. Did we see this last week? Oh no, this is the Kotaku version.
What's up, trainers? A new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer dropped. We finally have a name for the region where the series' first open world entry takes place. All day. We saw Pokemon motorcycles,
there we go.
cinnamon roll pooches, tasty looking things. Game Freak also introduced a ton of new faces,
People you meet in Paldea are sure to enrich your adventures.
including your new rival named Nemona,
Nemona.
and provided more details about the freeform gym challenge system, which seems to involve going to a Fire Emblem academy. But today, let's focus on the shinier stuff we were shown: Terrestrialization and Terror Raids. Per the usual Pokemon formula, they've introduced a new battle mechanic called Terrestrializing. You'll be able to use it in battle to boost your Pokemon's moves or even change its type. Like, Pikachu can fly now. We've come a long way since getting jumped by a flock of sparrows. We'll be able to find Pokemon with rare terror types in the new raid battle. In previous mainline games, raids would have 4 trainers and you'd all take turns attacking one powerful Pokemon. That changes slightly in terror raids. You'll still have 4 trainers battling one Pokemon, but you'll have to use precise timing and attack in the flow of real-time combat. This seems more similar and the big bad terror boss, you can claim it for yourself. What do you think of the new terror raids and terrestrialized mechanic? Let us know in the comments below.
Let the treasure hunt begin.
For more gaming coverage, hit up Kotaku.com.
Interesting. Okay. I knew that there was going to be a new form similar to what we got in Sword and Shield. I didn't know the name of it, though. Shed Ninja is going to be busted if he is in this game. People were saying that he may not be, but that's just, again, it's rumors at this point. You're pretty sure you see a Digimon. But yeah, the game looks actually really good. It looks really, really good. Because I will say this. I mean, I know Moni has played Arceus. I've played Arceus a ton. And Arceus got a little repetitive at certain points, but that's because I was trying to get the perfect Pokédex. So, yeah. But the game overall actually looks pretty good. Seriously, the thing I'm most excited about is the fact that they're bringing back surprise trades. Or wonder trades, however you want to call them. Because Arceus doesn't have that. As far as I know, they're going to be surprise trades. So if they bring that back, I will be very, very happy. Yeah, the biggest thing I didn't like about Arceus is the trading, because it's there, but there's no surprise trade. It's not the same. But yeah, as far as my decision goes here, I'm definitely getting Violet. Violet is my choice. I mean, it's already got at least a couple of that Pokemon that I want. I actually already have a Salamence and an Ice-Q, so I could always port them into the Violet game. But if this goes anything like it went with Arceus, we're not going to have Pokemon home support when the game first comes out. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because it was a pain in the butt waiting months and months for Pokemon home support. It was just dumb. I feel it was one of those things that should have been in the game from the very start, but no, we had to wait. Not only for Arceus, but BDSP. It's a pain in the butt. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, and it's already August. Kind of makes you think, man. It's already August, so that means we're getting the game in what, 3 months? Something like that, a little more than 3 months. I think it's like November 18th, is it? Oh, and I also remember hearing about there's apparently some pre-purchase bonuses that you get. I don't know how that's really going to work, because you guys know me. You know that I like to actually get the physical copies of the games. I don't like buying digital. So I kind of, because I know one of the pre-purchase bonuses is that kind of like a crystallized Pikachu. So I kind of want to pre-purchase, but at the same time, I'm wondering, is it valid when you pre-purchase a physical copy? I have to look into that more. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, that's the biggest Pokemon news this week. Other than that, there really isn't a ton more to talk about in the TCG as far as Pokemon. But the games, yes, the game's gonna be. It looks pretty awesome, guys. You know what's not awesome though? Intel. Yep, when it rains, it pours. Intel Arc may be in trouble again. I know Moni understands this. Dre will be like, I guess, and everybody else will be like, huh? But Intel Arc is, or was, or I don't know what the deal is here, and that's why I'm kind of like not really sure what's going on, because nobody is. Intel Arc was supposed to be Intel's big introduction into the GPU market for computers. Like we've got NVIDIA, we've got AMD. Those are the two big ones that do video cards. And then Intel was supposed to be coming in and doing their thing too. So everybody was like, awesome, great, because it's Intel. You know, they obviously have been around for a long time. They know their stuff when it comes to making good CPUs. But we had always kind of wanted, or at least I've always wanted at least a third vendor when it comes to GPUs, because again, you only have really two choices at this point. It's either AMD or NVIDIA. That's it. So I was excited when Intel said that they were going to be, you know, developing their own GPU, and it's technically here now, but the whole thing behind the release of it is just weird. It's just Okay, we'll read the article, and I'm sure the article will hopefully cover most of the things that I'm thinking about. But it's the whole situation is just really odd at this point. Here we go. The rocky road of the Intel Arc Alchemist discrete graphics lineup continues. This time, a new report from Igor. It's Igor! Igor from Igor's lab suggests that Intel may have run into trouble with its board partners. For those of you who aren't familiar with what that means, again, going back to NVIDIA and AMD, they make the actual GPU, the actual chip, but their board partners, companies like EVGA, MSI, XFS, all those other various companies that also make graphics cards, they are the quote-unquote the board partners. So those are the cards you generally see. Yes, you can get like quote-unquote founders editions, like a video card directly from NVIDIA that NVIDIA produces. Same thing with AMD, but most people tend to go to the board partners because usually their cooling solutions are better, the designs are better, just everything looks a little bit better. But for all intents and purposes, it's the exact same GPU. Intel in this case apparently is having problems with at least one of their board partners. Let's continue here. According to Wallsack, at least one of Intel's partners decided to cease the production of Intel Arc due to, quote, quality concerns. Amidst whispers of Intel Arc possibly being canceled, this doesn't sound like good news for the lineup. But are things really as bleak as they seem? In his latest report, Wallsack talks about the various challenges that Intel Arc is currently facing and may yet face as it prepares for its global launch. While Igor's lab can't reveal his sources, which is understandable, he mentions several worrying issues and says that the lineup is, quote, on the brink. Many factors add up to this. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about here. This is actually a pretty long article. I guess I could go through the whole thing. But then I'd start losing people. They'd be like, what? Essentially what's happening here, and from the news that I've found, is there's a handful of different issues. There are major driver issues plaguing the Arc Alchemist GPUs. Obviously, if you're familiar with GPUs, you know what the drivers do. They make it work, basically. There are tons of driver issues. A lot of it's being patched, but you obviously don't want there to be too many driver issues when you're bringing a new product to market. It's, it really, really hurts your brand. And apparently Intel's having just a huge problem with drivers. Not only that, but this kind of circles back around to the reason why one of these particular board partners has stopped making the graphics cards completely, stopped even, trying to produce them, was because the actual silicon, the actual little chip, the GPU, may have some very serious design flaws, meaning that there are structural problems within the design of the GPU that cannot be fixed with drivers. You can't fix it. No matter how you kind of try to tweak it and whatever else with the drivers, it's always going to have that problem. It's just internal. It's like having a bad heart. There's really only so much you can do. You can give it a little medication to help it out, that sort of stuff. But it's a bad heart is a bad heart. Same thing here. If it's a flaw within the design of the GPU, there's really not a lot you can do. And apparently Intel already ordered like 1 million of these GPUs. They actually already have them. They actually have the silicon there on hand and have been giving them to board partners. But board partners have been running into issues where they cannot get them to work correctly. Not only because of the drivers, but because apparently of this supposed silicon level issue. And that's very, very worrying. Not only that, but when they brought out the actual GPU, like that, the reason why I say it's technically already out is because they've released one. I believe it was like the A390 or what was it, the A something. But yeah, it's a lower end GPU. It's on par with like an AMD. I think it was like a 6400 XT. Yes, 1 million with an M, not a billion, 1 million. The reason, and to kind of touch back on that, the reason why they ordered so many without really going through and doing the QC stuff was again, when these GPUs were originally ordered, when the order was put in, it's when the GPU madness was still going on. It was right toward the tail end of it, like when GPU prices were still insane. About probably like December of 2021 into January of this year. That's when the initial order was put in. And then TSMC, the silicon manufacturer who takes orders from companies like Intel and then produces chips based on their designs, they were like, okay, here you go. And they produced all of the silicon, sent them back to Intel, and now Intel realizes, oh crap, we just had 1 million of these things produced and they have a possibly catastrophic flaw in them. That's bad. That is insanely bad. It'd be kind of like a car. Like, say you mass produce a car and you get it out to market only to realize that there is a major issue with a major component in that car, like an engine. And it's not something that you can just take in and get serviced. It's something that you have to basically toss the car. So that's kind of what's happening here. Now, I've actually seen, there are videos out there that you can check out where they're actually, Gamers Nexus actually did a video where they didn't do a complete review, but they did do some benchmarking and stuff. Linus Tech Tips also did some videos on the GPUs, and they fully admit that these things definitely have problems. So I don't know, man. It's kind of a bummer too, because like I said, I wasn't going to get an Intel GPU myself, at least not the first round. And I wasn't gonna get one. But I had hope for the future, because that's kind of how these things go. Like the very first, of a particular product line usually doesn't have all the kinks worked out. There are usually problems with it, but you're always happy to have another player in the game. Because again, right now it's just NVIDIA and AMD. If we have NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel all producing high-end graphics cards, now there's more competition. So that means that pricing comes down. So that's why I really wanted them to succeed. Even if they were in third place, which they knew they were going to be. They're not going to be as good as NVIDIA and AMD. They're just not. Especially the first time around with this first series that's going out, they're not going to beat NVIDIA and AMD. That wasn't the point. The point was just to get in there. Just to, it's like, imagine being in an NBA game and you're a bench warmer, but you finally got in the game. Yeah, you're not going to beat LeBron. You're not going to dunk on LeBron probably, but at least you're in the game. Yes, we definitely need competition. That's why I was happy that Intel was doing this. Like, remember back a few years ago when Ryzen first came out for AMD, I actually bought one of the first Ryzen chips, and it was great, but at the same time it sucked because the first Ryzen chips did have a few problems, but thankfully they were able to patch a lot of the stuff and it worked for the most part. But I'm still glad to kind of be away from that chip too. But still, and now you see, all these years later, the latest Ryzen chips, we're about to get Ryzen 7000, and the chips are amazing. They're absolutely incredible. But yeah, that's the big issue with Intel, man. I'm a little worried. There is a big giant rumor going around that it may at any point get canceled. And I'm like, no, please don't cancel it. Please just stay with it. Yes, it sucks. Yes, you've thrown billions of dollars at this, and I'm like, please stay with it. I don't care. Like there are rumors out there that they, like I said, may scrap the whole thing. What I could maybe see them doing is if there is a design level flaw in the Alchemist GPUs, the first ones, then they should just, I would say, because you're going to take a loss anyway. Whether you scrap it all together or if you scrap it just Alchemist and move on to Battle Mage. Battle Mage is the second iteration of their GPUs. I would say even if you just scrap Alchemist altogether, either that or take the chips and make them into specialty GPUs that do only specific things, which is still, some of those things can still be useful. Like you can still use them for AI design. You can still use them for certain computations like mining, doing very specific things. They may not be great at playing games, that sort of stuff, but you can still get them to do other things really well. So kind of just take the hit there, flush out those GPUs, and then just move on to Battle Mage and learn from your mistake. That's what I hope they do. But I don't know, man. It's a little worrying. Very, very worrying. I was even thinking if I was able to get like one of the low-end Intel GPUs for like $100, that I might just get it anyway. Just for the heck of it, even though it's a terrible solution. But there is one thing. I think it was AM1 encoding. There's a particular type of encoding that the Intel GPUs do really, really well, and it's not bugged or messed up or anything. It just does it really well. That's how I was saying there are certain parts of the silicon that you can still put to use. Any recent news on Lovelace? Nothing recently. As far as I've heard, they're still being the premiere date is still pretty much the end of the year or the beginning of next year. They're still gonna drink up a ton of power. If you have an older PSU, you are probably gonna have to upgrade to a new one, because that's how hungry some of these new video cards are. That's if you go with a high-end video card. If you go with like a 4080 or a 4090, oh yeah, you're definitely going to need a new PSU, unless you already have a very high-end, like 1,200 watt PSU. But they're going to be very, very power hungry. As far as AMD, the 7000 series of their GPUs are supposed to come sometime in 2023, but don't really know. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. We touched on it for about 10 minutes, but yeah, again, I sincerely hope Intel sticks around. I do not want them to dump this. Please, for the love of God, Intel, do not just throw away all that money. Keep with it. You gotta keep with it. All right, let me see. What is this? Why is this not loading? Well, let me reload this. Here, I'll turn this off for a second because it's not loading. I'll give this time to load. But yeah, we're talking about graphics cards. Again, this is mostly about card games, but I like to throw the little stuff in there. I hope 1,000 watts will be enough. I think it will, because the biggest issue isn't necessarily that they're going to draw a lot of power. It's the transient spikes that have a lot of people concerned. If you're not familiar with what a transient spike is, say for instance you're playing a game, and your GPU is chugging along, working and stuff. Every now and then, when you maybe load into a different scene or go into a different area where there's a lot of stuff to produce, the video card, for a very, very, very short amount of time, will request what is called a transient spike, which is basically it will draw a crap ton of power for even like a millisecond, like very, very short amount of time. The problem, and most good modern PSUs can handle that, but when you take that and instead of a transient spike being, say 700 watts, 800 watts, they're now thinking that these transient spikes are going to bump up to 1,000 watts, 1,200 watts, 1,400 watts. So imagine you have a GPU that is just fine with, say, your 750 watt power supply. But then suddenly something changes or something is trying to load or you go into a different area and just for a millisecond, your GPU pulls 1,000 watts. Just like that. Your PSU is not even designed really to handle 750 or to handle 1,000. It's designed for 750, but it requests 1,000, and so the PSU tries to supply that. That's what the capacitors are for. Most good CPUs, or not CPUs, most good PSUs can handle that. Some of them can't. So some of them will either stutter or you will get a blue screen. It's not very common, at least not with most modern GPUs, unless you're buying like really high-end stuff like 3090s and 3090 Ti's. You might see that issue there. But word is it's going to get much worse in the 4000 series because they're going to be so power hungry. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but in the 3000 series, and this is going to happen in the 4000 series too, is that they're not using just like 6-pin connectors anymore. They're not even using 8-pin connectors. They're using 12-pin connectors, and 2 of them at that. I think it's the 3080 that requires, I think it's 2 12-pins. That's a lot of power, man. That is asking a lot of your PSU. So yeah, you better have a good quality one, and it better be able to deal with those little transient spikes, because if not, you're gonna have a bad time. So yeah, that's the big issue. That was another thing that people were talking about months ago, is that eventually through this, pretty much from now until the end of the year, you're probably going to see the prices of PSUs pick up a little bit, because people are going to be having to upgrade. If you have an older card or middle to lower end card, you don't have to worry about that. But again, people who are going for the high end stuff, yeah, their current PSUs may not be able to handle it. But again, like I said, if you have a good quality PSU, like an EVGA or a Corsair, Thermaltake is pretty good. Seasonic is excellent. Silverstone is another good one. If you have the good, high quality PSUs, you're probably fine. But if you go with one of those ones that it's kind of like a fringe brand that maybe you've never really heard of, or it's mostly, like you see like a 750 watt PSU for like $50, always want to pause a little bit there, because it may not be the best thing. But anyways, let us move on. Here we are. It's time to duel! Live your Yu-Gi-Oh! Fantasy with a hologram gaming table. That's right. This is via Gizmodo. Yeah, the Rec... Is it Rec Table? Yeah, Rec Table doesn't require special glasses, and it can display different content for up to 4 people. Or you could wait until APUs get even better. That's true. The 5700G actually is pretty good. It's not going to do any super high-end gaming, but the 5700G, like for light gaming or esports titles, is actually a pretty good option. It really is. Like if you don't want to go with a discrete graphics card, and that's the great thing about those APUs that Ryzen has, is that you can start with one and just do like esports titles, and then later on, if you decide, well, I want to do a little heavier gaming, then you can drop in a discrete GPU, and there you go. Yeah, some of those G AMD processors are actually pretty decent. Sorry, I had to answer that. Okay, here we go. The Rec Table doesn't require special glasses, and it can display different content for up to 4 people. This is actually kind of neat. We've all kind of wanted to hear about this. Let's see, can we just can we watch this video? Let me pause my music here. Display that provides dual-sided mid-air images to each of 4 users.
Gray light is especially noticeable in displaying images in multiple directions.
Oh, stray light.
Red table can display dual-sided images to each of 4 users while suppressing stray light. Red table uses dual SMAs as a table subject and display into images in focus.
Oh, okay, so it's actually built into the table.
Gray light is specified Polaroid using DCS. Dual SMAs are made of 2 SMAs assembled on double. Light produced through dual SMAs is classified by a number of refraction in each ray. Because images are light.
I'm sorry, his voice is just really muffled. That's not me. It's in the video itself, so if it sounds muffled to you, it's the YouTube video, it's not me. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
They reflected on the number of times dual SMAs and polarizers can directly suppress output light. Therefore, only ghost images are suppressed by polarizers and bridging dual SMAs. In this system, transmitted light from the front and back display at each viewpoint is needed to be suppressed. Whereas in BCX can suppress transmitted light in the 2 opposite positions. Thus, orthogonally, whereas BCX can suppress all of it. Combining the 2 methods.
Okay, well, they're not really giving much more visuals of the table. Come on, there we go.
In this method, Red Table can display major images to each of 4 users. And the major images are dual-sided.
Okay, so let's see. English, Korean, Japanese, and Russian. Okay. Oh, it works as a translator.
Only the media images that have no display frames. The users can communicate physically, such as shake hands,
And for each one, oh, that's cool. Hmm.
For the media image unprofiled, each player can only see the hands of cards while the other player's cards are hidden.
Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, it doesn't give a price or anything. Well, we can still go through here. Of all the attempts we've seen to digitize card games and eliminate game night controversies over poorly shuffled decks and questionably dealt hands, the rec table is the most ambitious and easily the most awesome, with its ability to generate holograms of playing cards that appear to float in front of each person without revealing those cards to others. Add some virtual monsters, and you've got my editor's childhood dream. Okay. Most attempts to digitize board games and card games usually involve turning a giant touchscreen display into a large table enough for players to gather around. That's the approach of devices like Arcade 1-Up, Infinite Game Table have taken, and while they ensure that no one can rage flip the digital game boards and playing pieces when they start losing, they make it hard to play games like poker, where people need to keep their hands private. The Infinity Game Table solution is physical shields that can place on the touchscreen to hide specific parts of it from others. But the Rectable's solution is to throw some very cool custom display technology at the problem. Okay. It seems like there would be a lot more that you would have to do with this to get it to work, especially for more complex games like Magic and like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because doing poker, it's like either the card is upside down the card is either face up or face down. That's really all there is to it. Whereas cards like Magic the Gathering, the cards need to be flipped upside down sideways or vertically, or they need to be in certain positions on the board. They need to be turned sideways when they're tapped, that kind of stuff. It seems like an interesting idea, but I'm not going to get excited about this. The problem with this approach is that the dual slit mirror arrays traditionally produce stray light and ghost images, which in the case of a virtual card game gives players a glimpse of their competitors' hands. The Rectable solves this problem and eliminates the stray light and ghost images through the use of polarizers, which can selectively suppress light of a specific frequency in view control films, which block light traveling in certain directions. It looks interesting, but again, I'm not gonna... Because I've seen stuff like this before, and it was never really... It looks neat, but like I said, I'm not gonna get excited about this. When I actually see something that is made specifically to play a card game like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh!, then maybe I'll get excited. Other than that, it's neat. I actually like it more for its ability to translate, because I thought that was cool. Like, imagine, just like they presented there, imagine having people speaking 4 different languages, yet when that one person speaks, the table automatically translates it into text that you can read in your own language, so you can understand what they're saying. That I thought was pretty awesome. That was pretty neat. I think that would have a much more practical application than card games. But that's just my thought. Yeah, kind of neat, but it's not time to duel. Not yet. Not for probably another couple of years at least. Because again, like I said, this would have to be tailored to work with certain card games. Because again, every card game out there, the board is always different. Like between Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh!, every single board is different. There is no one board that works between all of them. But yeah, something like this, I feel like this is more still in the prototype phase. It doesn't say it's in the prototype phase. Recent published paper. The computer monitor replaced. Right. They can, not to mention we could use it to play very advanced versions of children's card games. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about availability or... Yeah. No pricing, no availability. Like I said, it's probably just a prototype at this point. Yeah. Oh well. Come back, music. I hope y'all weren't excited thinking y'all were going to start playing, you know, with physical cards and playing it on a table. Nope, not gonna happen. Sorry. Everybody's all disappointed now. They're like, man, I thought it was gonna be the real deal. Dude, I can tell you right now, probably in our lifetime, I don't think we're gonna get something that does that. I plan on dying in like 3 years, so that's fine, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Not in my lifetime. Okay, back to actual Yu-Gi-Oh news. Yes, that's right. Power of the Elements, the newest Yu-Gi-Oh TCG set, has released, and it's got some interesting stuff. Look at the prices of these Starlight Rares. Ultimate Slayer, $345. Exo Sister Martha, $270. Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, $300. Kurikara Divine Carnate, I think that's how you say it, $189, so about $200. And the market price is actually a little higher. And then also the Earth Channeler, $187, so about $200 there. So yeah, those are actually pretty awesome. But what really I think brings the set to life is because obviously if you buy a box, you're not guaranteed you're going to get a Starlight Rare, obviously. So I just kind of like, if I get a Starlight Rare, awesome. If I don't, it's, well, you know, what do you expect? What I would expect is to get at least one, maybe two secret rares. And just from what I'm seeing here, the Sprite Blue, the Planet Perlereno, and the Ultimate Slayer secret rares. High price, man. Very high price. These could pay for a good portion of the box if you pulled them. And if you pulled, you know, 2 of these, oh yes, that would be amazing. The Martha one's not as much, but it's still pretty good value there, or pretty good price. So the value as far as what you can get in the box is pretty good. I would just hope you wouldn't get these. These aren't nearly as valuable, but yeah, kind of interesting stuff. I guess the Exo Sister is one of the new archetypes. They're bringing back Destiny Heroes. Of course, everybody loves Destiny Heroes. Don't you love Destiny Hero? And then, of course, also the Earth Channeler. That's for more of the Element girls. I kind of want to read this. What is this? Wow, that is a pretty card, man. This card is always treated as a Charmer card. You can discard this card and one Earth monster. Add one Earth monster from your deck to your hand with 1850 or less attack whose original type is the same as one of the discarded monsters. Also, you cannot activate non-Earth monster effects for the rest of this turn. When your Earth monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use each effect of Asa Earth Channeler once per turn. As far as playability, not even looking really at the fact that this is the Starlight version, but as playability, I'm actually not familiar with current Earth decks. I have no idea how useful this would be. But did they actually produce any of the others? Because that's the Earth one. You've also got the Water, the Fire. I guess they didn't do the other ones. I guess maybe those are for later? Scareclaw, Lightheart, Favorite Contact, Tier Elements. Oh wow, Elemental Hero, Spirit of Neos. Yeah, I was looking over the set a little earlier. There's some interesting stuff here. You get the power tools. It looks like they're kind of touching on some old archetypes, trying to kind of bring them back to life. And they're also still pumping up some of the newer stuff, like the punk stuff. You got some punk stuff here. You got the All-Baz stuff. That's still relatively new. Let's see here. And then, of course, you've got your hero stuff. So they have here branded, Terra Elements. Oh, Melfi. Okay, yeah, you got some Melfi stuff. More Melfi stuff. Oh, Gem Knights. Wow, okay, so Gem Knights is getting a little bit of help. I don't know how helpful this card is, but... Oh, well, there you go. You got another Gem Knights. Oh my god, Moki Moki Adrift. That's Moni in the morning. Oh. This card's name becomes Moki Moki and is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field. You can discard this card. Add one Moki Moki card from your deck. Oh. Okay. That means that the old school Moki Moki cards are going to go up in value. Because you know someone's going to make a meme deck. You know what's going to happen. It is definitely going to happen. And the cool thing is you can have 3 of these and 3 regular Moki Mokis because its name only becomes Moki Moki when it's face up on the field. So you can run 3 of each of them. Okay, yeah, I want to see what kind of shenanigans somebody does with this card. That looks really funny. Let's see, Melfi stuff, Tear Elements, Scatter Fusion, Rika's. Let's see, Overfusion, more Melfi stuff. Sprites, yeah, the various sprite stuff is new. It's very new. Pit Knight. More Sprite. Oh, Morphtron. Oh, more Morphtronic stuff. Okay. Morphtronic Airfawn and Morphtronic Scannon. Okay, so Morphtronic is getting a little bit of love too. So, oh, gadgets. Is this for gadgets? And one little. Okay, so it is machine. Okay. Oh, it's for Morphtronic. Okay. So it's more Morphtronic support. Interesting. Okay. And then we got here. More Morphtronic. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of Morphtronic support in this set. I guess they're really trying to bring him back. Digital jamming. I wonder if this is more Morphtronic stuff. Let's see, battles monster. During damage calculation, if a monster battles with a monster with 1,000 attack or more attack on the field, the attack of all monsters currently in the field will be reduced by 1,000. Okay. So this isn't specifically for Morphtronic. But there is a lot of Morphtronic stuff in here. So yeah, they're trying to perk up some of the older stuff. Look at that, even got Vendread in here. Yeah, they're really just trying to give a little extra support to some of the older archetypes. Wow. This looks like a pretty solid set, man. There's a very good variety here. And I guess this is a new archetype. I've not seen this. Vernisylph of the Thawing Mountains. Oh, yeah, I guess that's new. Yeah, Vernisylph. Okay, so new archetype. This looks like it'll be very, very interesting. I do want to get a box. I was hoping the box prices would come down a little bit more, but they're still hanging around that $75 to $80 range. So I'm still waiting. Let's see. Yeah, there they are. See, they've come down a little bit. Yeah, see, they're about 80 bucks, and they've kind of dipped down to right about 70. I should have bought there, but I didn't think about buying it at that time. And now it popped back up. But this is normal. It popped back up here because this is the official release date. And of course, it's going to come back down again. So if I give it another week, it'll probably drop below 70 bucks. But interesting set. Really looking forward to it. Definitely want to do a video on it. I probably won't get a Starlight Rare, so don't even think about that. No Starlight Rare. I've not gotten a Starlight Rare or a Collector's Rare in a long time, man. It's been a while. It's been like, what, a good year? Yeah, I need to get lucky again here, man. Oh, man. But getting back to our good old buddy Post Malone. Okay. Admittedly, I know who Post Malone is. I know who he is. I know he does music. I've never listened to his stuff, so I don't know if he's actually any good. You guys are going to have to tell me if he's good or not. I just know that he looks a little different. I don't like judging people based on their looks. I really don't. Because you cannot judge a book by its cover necessarily. When it comes to humans, I mean. If you judge a book by its cover and it's an actual book, then that makes sense. Trash? He's trash? Okay. He looks a little bit like it. Like, I looked at him. Here he is. I looked at him, and to me, he looks like a walking case of herpes. Or, at the very least, a walking case of hepatitis. I'm sorry, Post. I'm sorry, dude. I had to say it. I'm sure he's gotten that comment many times, though. I mean, even he would probably have to admit it. I mean, he's got tattoos on his face, man. And not like one. He's got a bunch of them. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one on his skull right here on the side. Oh, I didn't even see the one up here. 8. And I'm sure there's more. I mean, again, I like... If you want to get tattoos, that's fine. But it seems a little extreme to me. But again, that's, doesn't matter. I'm sure he's a nice dude, though. I'm sure he's a nice dude. Anyways, here's the thing. Post Malone challenging fan to one-on-one Magic the Gathering match with a chance to win $100,000. This is true. I heard about it a couple days ago. But yeah, apparently a cool $100,000 payout could be coming to a Post Malone fan soon. Magic the Gathering Showdown pending. The friendly fan versus artist battle marks a collaboration with independent shopping app Whatnot, which will be the platform from which Posty will select one lucky fan to play him in a game of Magic, potentially for $100,000, victory included. So you have to win. In a press release, John Walters, who serves as head of special projects at Whatnot, touted this unique interactive experience as exactly the sort of endeavor the platform was designed to facilitate. Post Malone, both as an artist and as a person, fits perfectly into this growing and supportive community. Walter said, adding that Posty, they actually call him Posty, will indeed be a formidable opponent for the impending match. I wonder how good he is. In short, he's here to okay, here's how this is all set to go down. On August 4th, oh, did this already happen? I didn't even realize it. Okay, Posty will, it's so stupid. Oh God, do people really call him Posty? Posty will host a live stream on the Whatnot app, at which point a winner will be chosen. Oh, okay. Well, random to play him in the game Magic the Gathering. To enter for the potential of being selected, viewers need only to click the Enter Giveaway button on their screen. If the selected player is not familiar with the ways of Magic, per press materials, noted champion of the game, Reed Duke, will step in for training assistance ahead of the match. Okay, not bad. You're still gonna get your ass kicked, but... The selected Posty... I'm not going to say Posty anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm just not going to do it. No. The selected Post Battler will be flown out to Los Angeles for the main match, which is set for August 11th. Okay, so probably next weekend. And will also be streamed on Whatnot. For additional info, hit this link. Word of this uniquely post-centric Magic opportunity comes on the heels of release of an official trailer for Runaway, a new Amazon freebie documentary directed by Hector Doctorow. The new tour doc is set to debut on August 12th. See the trailer below. I don't want to see that. Okay, that just talks about his tour. Okay. I wonder how good he actually is. Is he really that good? I mean, I know it's a promotional thing, so he could be a very average player, but still. It's like... Could he actually really be that good, though? Like, I'm terrible at Magic the Gathering. I like playing it, but I'm terrible at the game. So, if I had to play him, I would probably lose. But I'm pretty sure there are some very, very competent, very good Magic players out there who don't even play professionally. They never went on tour or anything, but they are really good. So I wonder... I kind of want to see it now. I kind of want to see it. Yeah, I want to check that out. But it's only on that particular app. That stinks. I know they're doing it to promote the app, but I don't want to download another app. Okay, I'm going to actually click this link. Yeah, meet, post, play Magic, win 100,000. Oh, okay. One-on-one. Okay, oh, yeah, it's telling me to download this app. I don't want to download that. You can see more of his face tattoos. Okay. So, enough of that. That should be interesting. Check the links. The links? I only see one link. I do see that. Actually, you can chill, Hammer. Because I actually have that in my queue. I'm not kidding. I really do. I have Weiss Schwartz news in my queue. In fact, if you don't believe me, it's right here. Look. Ying. See? It was the very next thing in my queue was Weiss Schwartz stuff. But thank you for looking out. I appreciate it. I don't know, man. I wonder if I could challenge him to like a Pokemon game. I would challenge him to Pokemon. Seriously. Be like, come on, Posty. Come on, Posty. And whenever I'd meet him, I'd say Posty, but only in the most annoying way possible. Come on, Posty. Let's play some Pokemons. Pikachu, I choose you. Hit Posty with the Post Maloner. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. As we were saying, I know most of y'all don't. Well, none of you do play Weiss Schwartz. I sell it. I figured, hey, we'll give Weiss Schwartz a little love. These are some of the new sets that are coming out. Quintessential Quintuplets. Number 2, Attack on Titan Final Season. Hollow Live production. Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl. And again, these are all based on anime IPs. So, interesting. The link is to very cheap packs of Attack on Titan. All right. Hold on, let me click it. Let's see, how cheap are we talking here? Wow. Okay, the price of those boosters have actually come down a lot. Yeah, they have really come down. I mean, there's not a lot of them being sold, but they've come down quite a bit. Okay, some of these sellers I actually know. Like Hobby Box I know, Ideal 808 I know, Tree Troll Games I know. I don't know, but I'm familiar with them, if you know what I mean. MVP Games, I've not heard of that person. Davis Card, I've not heard of. Neku Phones, I've not heard of. Silver End Cards, I think I've heard of them. But that is interesting. I mean, it's $3 plus 99 cents shipping. The way you would obviously make it worth it is you would order like 10 packs. and then just pay the $1 for shipping. Or it's free shipping on orders over $5. There you go. So you just buy that. How much is a booster box then? If he's selling them for like $3. Oh, look, there you go. Booster box for $40. Oh, yeah. So you could just buy a booster box. There's a dude here selling... Oh, okay, never mind. It's $40 for the booster box, and then he's charging $15 to ship. No, dude. That thing does not cost $15 to ship. It's 24 packs, though. Or, I'm sorry, 20 packs. Let me see. With shipping included... $57. That sounds a little more right. So let me see that. $30. Yeah, it still sounds about right. It sounds about it's in line with the pricing from the others. In fact, if you buy a sealed booster box, it's a little cheaper than buying individual packs. I can't say I was ever into Attack on Titan though. Yeah, never seen it. Heard of it because I heard it was like one of the bigger IPs out there, the one that everybody likes to watch and stuff, but I've never seen it myself. Psycho, how to raise a boring girlfriend. Oh my god. You know, this sounds familiar. I think... Did I watch this? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did watch this anime. An encounter with dream heroine, join Tomoya in his fun-filled journey to realize his dreams of creating the ultimate dating sim. I have seen this. It's been a little while, but I have seen this. And I remember he ends up with this girl who is like painfully average. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. But she's painfully average. There's nothing really all that special about her. I mean, she's a decent looking girl. You know, she makes pretty good grades in school. Like I said, average. And he, in a sense, is trying to use her as a way to make a dating sim, or to at least study how to make a dating sim. I don't want to give away too much of the anime, but I actually found, now that I think about it, I'm remembering the anime more and more. It actually wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I don't know if it's amazing, but it's not bad. If you've not seen it, I think it's on Crunchyroll. Yeah, I remember this now. Okay. And these, I guess, are some of the cards. Let's see. Eri, Taha. Oh wow, look at that. And they've even got a trial deck. That's cool. I may actually buy a couple of trial decks from this set just for just because I know some of these waifus will sell. Interesting. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon. Oh, this set is gonna go nuts. Kobayashi, an average office worker who lives a boring life until she saves the life of a female dragon and they begin to live together. Toru, the dragon, will do anything to pay off her debt of gratitude, whether Kobayashi likes it or not. The well-received manga now has 12 volumes and is ongoing. Yeah, people apparently love this show. I heard it's actually pretty funny. Unfortunately, we don't have any mock-ups or anything yet. Every pack you purchase has a chance to contain a hot stamped autograph card by the author of the manga series. That looks like it'll be cool. That's coming in November. Oh, Seven Deadly Sins! Revival of the Commandments. When is this coming out? This is probably December? Yeah, December 16th. Okay. Meliodas and his merry band return to the Weiss Schwartz stage to face off against new foes in the form of the Ten Commandments. Oh, that's pretty neat. Okay. Yeah, because I did that one opening for the Seven Deadly Sins structure deck. Unfortunately, I think I've only sold like one card from that deck. Again, Weiss Schwartz, very niche game. Doesn't sell very much. I still think it's cool. The cards are neat looking. I don't think they get enough respect, really. Okay, so Seven Deadly Sins. You know I gotta get some when they come out in December. I gotta get some. I gotta do it for Moni and Comrade, because they're hardcore Seven Deadly Sins players. That's rough. It's fine. Like I said, a lot of these sets, especially for Weiss Schwartz, they're very, very niche. And I think I've discussed this before. Whenever Weiss Schwartz produces something, like say for instance, again, like the Kobayashi Dragon thing, the way they do it, and I'm sure I've told some of you this, but the way that they do their print runs is they will announce a product. At that point, they will contact distributors and stores and stuff and say, hey, here's this new product. This is about what we're thinking it's going to look like. How many booster boxes would you like to pre-purchase? Or how many starter decks would you like to pre-purchase? And the stores will put in their order. Like a store might order like 2 booster boxes. Because, it's not a big game. It doesn't sell very much. But, it's still nice to have it. So that store will order 2 booster boxes. Another store will order 4. Another one will order 3. And so on and so forth. They take all that. And then at that point, they add it all up. And then say, for instance, between all the stores and distributors, they get a request for 20,000 booster boxes. They print 20,000 booster boxes. And that's it. They may print a little bit more, because sometimes things can, get damaged in shipping, that sort of stuff. But yeah, whenever they do that initial print run, that's it. That's it. They don't print any other cards. It's not like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! They'll do like a first print run, like they'll do first editions. And then if the set is really popular, then they'll go and they'll start printing unlimiteds, that sort of stuff. Weiss Schwartz doesn't do that, though. So once, like say for instance, I have a few of the older Weiss Schwartz structure decks, the starter decks, that I still have sealed. Some of those decks are actually really expensive now. They're really, really expensive. Not this one, but I forget which one do I have. It's over. Oh, it's right here. Oh, here we go. Let me grab this. Here we go. Nisakoi False Love. And here it is, still sealed. Still in great shape too. Yeah, trial deck, 50 cards, rule sheet, all that other good stuff. This particular box, this trial deck, I paid $7 for it. This thing is now a $90 structure deck. It is now $90. And I bought this thing 18 months ago. And that's because, like I said, they don't just keep mass producing them. Once they produce them, that's it. That's all the ones that are out there. Same thing with the Haruhi Suzumiya one. I bought the Haruhi Suzumiya one for $11, and now it's like a $30 structure deck. Not as, it didn't appreciate as much, but it's still up there. And I have other ones. I actually have quite a few sealed trial decks for Weiss Schwarz. And again, they probably, even if I put them for sale, they will not sell very fast. They'll sit there for a long time. But I think they will eventually sell, because there's always going to be people who are big fans of the anime. That's just how it is. Put this back over here. Yeah, I've got some other ones in there too. So, and what I've been doing is occasionally I will see trial decks and structure decks for Weiss Schwarz, and if I see them at like ridiculously low prices, like I've seen them as low as $5 each. When I see them for $5, I buy them all. And that's what I did with Nisekoi. Unfortunately, when I bought Nisekoi, there was only 3 copies of it, but I bought them all. And I don't know if you all remember that video. I'm sure that Serenity remembers. In one of those trial deck openings, I got a signature card. Yeah, and I was like, holy crap, it's a signature card. Those things are expensive. I still have the signature card. Nobody's bought it. You know, I have it marked at $900, though. But those things are hard to get. They are extraordinarily hard to get. But yeah, you could possibly get them. And that's amazing. You don't generally see stuff like that when it comes to things like structure decks or starter kits and stuff like that. You don't get that chance to get like a really extraordinarily rare card. You just don't get that with many other games. But with Weiss Schwarz, you do. Kind of amazing. But yeah, that's you know, it's the interesting thing. I think if again, I don't want to put a ton of money into Weiss Schwarz, but again, it's one of those things where, like I said, if I see a bunch of structure or trial decks for like $5, $6, $7, I'll buy them. But mostly because I know they're probably just going to sit on my shelf for a long time. But that's okay, because I know eventually there will be people, you know, just kind of the niche people who will eventually look at that a few years from now and be like, I can afford that now. and they'll pay it. Let me see what else we got. Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender. It doesn't even have a link yet, but wow. Okay, that should be interesting. That, you know, I may actually, regardless of price, I may actually buy at least a couple of the Avatar: Last Airbender trial decks. Because that show has a huge following. Even though it's not been, I don't think it's even around anymore, is it? Like, it's not currently being produced, is it? I don't even know. But there are tons of people who love that show. That and the Legend of Korra, which is like a spin-off. People love that series. And I hear it's a really good series. I've never watched it myself. But I think I'll get that just because I know some people who may not even be into the card game, they may just want some of these cards just as collectibles. I heard it was getting a new movie too. That's probably why they're doing this. And that's why it's probably not going to come until next year. This is probably going to come out in probably January or February of next year. If they follow the 1 month, you know, cycle that they're doing here. So yeah, they're probably going to try and coincide with the release of the movie. So that should be interesting. Kaguya-sama Love is War. I think I've heard of that. Date A Live Volume 2. I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is. And Chainsaw Man, never heard of Chainsaw Man. A Netflix show? Oh, wow. 4 movies. There you go. Yeah, I think this Avatar one, that's why I'm saying if I see them and they're cheap, I'm going to grab some. I'll probably open 1 or 2 of them, but then I'll just put the rest in like a sock or something and just leave them in my closet. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting. Rascal does not dream of a dreaming girl. Sakano. Okay, this is why I'm getting confused more and more when it comes to some of these newer anime. Do I want a Wii? I have a Wii. Yeah, I actually have a Nintendo Wii. I don't play it, but I have it. It's in a box right over here. It works and everything. It's fine. But this is one of the things I'm getting confused about. Like, look at this. Rascal does not dream of a dreaming girl. Look at how she looks. She's got the long black hair. She's like the pretty protagonist, I guess. Maybe, or maybe not necessarily the protagonist, but probably the love interest of the show. You go right down to the next person, and guess what you got here? Again, another pretty young lady with dark hair. She looks almost exactly the same. I'm talking about the face. But, I mean, even then, look at the shoes. She's got the loafers. She's got the tights. I mean, they just... this is why I get some of these shows mixed up. Because they just look so alike. It's almost the same girl. I know the difference is she's got like a headband right here, but still, that's confusing at times. Now she looks very, very different from any other characters I've seen. So that, yeah. Same thing with some of these characters. Some of the characters in Seven Deadly Sins, they have a very unique look to them. And then there's Avatar, Love is War. Okay, some of these look... Oh! That's what this is. That's where I remember it from. It's the dancing girl. This little chick. She's the one that does that funky little dance, right? Y'all are like, what's he talking about, funky little dance? There's like a video going around where I think it's like the end credits or something where she does like a dance. Yeah, that's where I remember that from. That's why I was like, oh yeah, okay, I remember her. Yeah, she left an impression because her dance was kind of silly. But the other characters, I have no clue who they are. Date Alive, I have no idea what this is. Never heard of this. Did you know that a lot of anime are based off of Japanese web novels and their ideas, so that that's why the anime names are stupid sometimes? That's true. Either that or the translation just sounds bad. But yeah, some of these are actually going to be pretty cool. Like I said, I'm looking forward to possibly getting at least a single copy of Seven Deadly Sins, the new Trials deck that comes, and then I want to get some Avatar stuff. Now that I know she's in this, just because she's hilarious, I kind of want to get one now. Just because she's funny. But like these, I'll probably skip this. I have no idea who these are. Dragon Maid. I guess, you know what I could do? Is I could just... I wish there was a website that I could go to where you could kind of check the popularity of a particular anime. Not only over time, but over, like, say, the last few months or the last few years. Just to kind of get an idea. Like, how many views? Like, if I went to, like, Crunchyroll, and they don't release this data as far as I know. But, like, say, for instance, you go to Crunchyroll, and you click on, like, a More Information tab for a particular anime, and it would provide, it doesn't do this, but I wish it would provide numbers as far as how many people are watching the show on a given day. Do they finish the episode? Do they go to the next episode? No, that kind of thing. And if I could get that spanned out over a number of months and years, then, well, see, the thing is, though, that Check My Anime list, I don't think that's based on hard numbers. I think that's based just on, like, votes. Like, people going there and voting. I'll look real quick, though. Hold on, let me see. What is it? My anime list? Yeah, I don't think this is done with actual numbers, though. Most popular animes. Yeah, it doesn't really break down how they rank these. And see, that's another thing. It says popular. But again, there's more to it that I wish I could find out. Like, all the data that I would want, I'm pretty sure somebody on the inside of Crunchyroll probably has access to. Because think of it like this. Like, whenever I think about what is popular as far as YouTube or the videos that I produce, like which videos are the most popular, I can find that out because I can go and I can click on any particular topic that I cover or any particular video type that I cover, and I can see how many people clicked on the video, how long they watched it, Did they abandon the video? Did they watch it all the way to the end? Did they click on another one of my videos afterwards? That kind of info. That's what I was saying. I think it would only be available to somebody who's like on the inside of a company like a Crunchyroll or another anime streaming service. So, yeah. Because again, like I look at some of these anime, and like Chainsaw Man. I've never heard of this, but it says here top upcoming anime. Okay, so the anime has not even premiered yet, so I'm guessing they're getting that data just on what, the number of manga sales, maybe? I don't know, or the number of posts that show up, maybe like in their forums, that kind of stuff. I don't really know exactly how they're determining that. Like here, it says top airing anime: Kingdom 4th season, Made in Abyss, One Piece. Well, One Piece has been popular forever. A Summertime Render, and Overload 4. I've not heard of 4 of these 5 here. I've not even heard of them. And again, it looks like they're basing these not on actual views. They're basing them, it looks like, on feedback scores. So again, if you get 1 million people to watch one anime, you get that same 1 million people to watch another anime, they're going to probably score them differently. Like that first anime, they may give like an 8. The other anime, they'll give like a 9. Does that necessarily mean that one is more popular than the other? It's hard to really quantify that. Chainsaw Man is very popular manga. Yeah, I imagine it is. There are numbers there, but you have to. I wish I could. Let me share this. Here, I'll screen share this. There we go. Okay, look here. This is what I'm talking about. Like if we go over here, let me see. Is this clear for you guys? Okay, it's not great. Let me see if I can adjust my screen a little bit. Here, I'll move out of the way. There. I'm moving to the side here. Okay, you see how it says Kingdom 4th season, and it says scored 8.79, and it says 34,192 members. Okay, so that's considered number 1. Now, if you go to Made in the Abyss, this one has far more members, 232,000 members. And then here, okay, this is where quantification comes in. Kingdom 4th season has 26 episodes, about 34,000 members, scored at 8.79. Made in Abyss has 12 episodes, so fewer episodes, but far more members, 232,000. And again, this is 8.75 compared to the 8.79. So, how are these scored? I understand from what I understand is it's just the people who probably have watched the show and they just gave it a rating. Doesn't necessarily mean it is the most popular though. Like this one has a higher rating, but obviously if this is to be believed as far as if you could translate that into the number of views, this one is getting more views. This one has more eyeballs on it. But this one is slightly better as far as feedback. See what I'm saying? So if you go just by hard numbers, One Piece should be number 1 because they have almost 2 million. But again, it's scored at 8.66. See? That's what I'm saying. It's not always very clear because I can see how they're ranking it. They're ranking it based on feedback score. See, 8.79, 7.5, 6.6, 4.5, and 3.4. So that's how they're ranking it. But again, just because this has a higher score does not mean that it is more popular at this point. At this point, One Piece, again, according to these numbers, is the most popular. Because, again, it's almost 2 million people, apparently. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You kind of have to take into account all the various numbers. Because these numbers, like these scored numbers, can always be a little skewed. You know, like it may say 8.75, but is that really 100% the way? Because it is possible that that ranking or that score came from people who just really enjoyed the series. And if they did great, then, you know, they're giving it like 8s, 9s, and 10s. That's fine. But what about people that got bored of the series And not only did they not bother to finish it, and of course, if they didn't finish it, they're obviously not going to bother to leave a review or a rating. So you also have to take that into account. So it is possible that a lot of people abandoned the series after maybe 1 or 2 episodes and just never went back to it. I hate to admit, but I've done that. Where I'll watch, 1 or 2 episodes of a particular anime and I just get bored of it and I just don't go back to it. I don't go back to it to watch it. I don't go back to it to rate it. I just, that's it. Look at this link. Let me see. Which anime is the... Let me see what they're... Oh, this looks like a blog. Data collection. Rank, popularity, Trigun. In order to conduct this research properly, the anime dataset was obtained from Kaggle using this link. Upon loading it into Jupyter Notebook, it was refined to include important features such as name, type, episode score, rank, and popularity. Below is the top 5 rows of the newly formed dataset. How did they... Let me see. Here we go. Rating versus popularity. The first graph that was plotted was comparing the ratings of anime series to how popular they are. How do you base popularity? Is it by the number of playbacks? Let me see. Episodes, score, rank, popularity. Yeah, it doesn't really say how they're rating popularity. Okay, so... Oh, I see what they're doing here. Yeah, it's a correlation. Okay. Graph really shows that the anime series that have the highest ratings tend to be the most popular. Using the correlation coefficient table, the graph has a correlation coefficient of minus 0.85. This shows that the ratings have a negatively strong correlation with the popularity of the anime. This implies that as the ratings increase, the popularity rank of the anime gets closer to the top. And again, I think that's because you generally get more feedback. Overall, you get more feedback. Because again, it's one of those situations where if you present an episode to 100 people and you give them the option to leave feedback, how many of those people are actually going to leave feedback? And again, you could just for the sake of argument, we could say 30 of those people, 30 of the 100 leave feedback. Okay. Now you take you take a different episode, show it to 1,000 people, and again, you give them the same option. You can leave feedback. How many of those people would leave feedback? Again, hard to say at that point. So I can see the correlation that they're trying to make, and it is pretty much, it's a pretty decent scientific way to look at things. It's still not always, I think, the best way to do it. But in this case, going back to Weiss Schwarz, I guess what we're trying to say here is Avatar: The Last Airbender is pretty popular, so I should probably buy some of it. Yes, we're going to get some Avatar: Last Airbender, and we're going to get some Seven Deadly Sins. That's about as good as it's going to get. We're getting a little too scientific for some people. Some people are like, oh no, what is happening here? I'm not here to learn. Stop making me learn. Oh, the next thing to come up. This is something that happened over the last few days. It's still happening right now. I don't know how much this affects Europe. I imagine it would affect Europe as much as it probably does here in the US. It's not like a big, like, crazy thing. It's just an entertainment piece, but oops, hold on, where are we? There we go. Everything to know about the HBO Max and Discovery Plus merge, including the cancellation of Batgirl. I have to admit, when I looked at this picture, I didn't have a lot of faith that Batgirl would be a very good movie. I could be very wrong. I admit that. I could be very wrong. The biggest reason why I was kind of interested in this film is because Michael Keaton from 1989 Batman is in this movie as Bruce Wayne. Not only that, but Brendan Fraser, good old Brendan Fraser, he was the antagonist in this movie. So I was like, okay, Michael Keaton, Brendan Fraser, I may check this out now. And it was going to be on HBO Max. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Don't even have to go to the theater or anything. Just watch it on HBO Max. So I was already planning to resub to HBO Max when this movie hit. That's not going to happen anymore because apparently they pulled the plug. Since Warner Media and Discovery Inc. merged in April 2020, major changes have been made to the company both internally and externally, but most recently, another major shakeup was announced as new management takes action. Now known as Warner Brothers Discovery, the company sparked controversy when reps revealed that the soon-to-be-released Batgirl film had been canceled, despite it being a $90 million project already in post-production. That's stupid. Sorry, I'm going to keep reading. Evidently, the shelving of the DC Comics film was just the tip of the iceberg, as Warner Brothers Discovery revealed that its two flagship streaming services, HBO Max and Discovery Plus, will be combined into a single unified streamer. The news was confirmed. Oh, I want to continue reading. Here we go. The news was confirmed during the company's 2022 second quarter earnings call on August 4th in remarks from CEO David Zaslav. He also explained the reasoning behind the Batgirl cancellation. The fate of HBO and HBO Max shows seemingly remains in flux despite several renewals for forthcoming seasons, as the surprise cancellation of Batgirl and more indicate other projects may not be safe, regardless of production status. In light of the recent HBO Max and Discovery Plus merger news, here are all the details on the convergence, including which shows are safe, which are on the chopping block. I mean, how do you get to post-production on a $90 million project and then say, nah? It's like the movie's already almost done, man. Why would you do that? Oh, sorry. Here we go. The company formerly known as Warner Media, spun off from AT&T, started HBO Max in May 2020 and featured HBO television shows, in addition to programming from cable news like TNT, TBS, CNN, and Warner Brothers Film Studio. In April 2022, Warner Media merged with Discovery Inc., home to streamer Discovery Plus and networks like Discovery Channel, HDTV, and Food Network, two of those which I never watch, to form the new company now known as Warner Brothers Discovery. Most recently, another merger occurred involving Warner Media's two flagship streaming services. On August 4th, news broke that HBO Max and Discovery Plus would combine into one unified streaming service in 2023. Pricing and a name for the new streamer have yet to be revealed. Please don't let them call it something stupid. Just keep it HBO Max. Come on. On August 4th, Zaslav discussed the company's new strategy during the second quarter earnings call. He revealed that HBO Max and Discovery will share select programming from their respective platforms in the interim period leading up to the new streamer's launch next year. In addition, is this an ad? Not playing. In addition, Magnolia Network, a joint venture between Discovery and Chip and Joanna Gaines, will release select programming on HBO Max in September, while Discovery Plus content will remain available on its corresponding streamer. This interim period marks the first time that legacy Discovery shows will be viewable on HBO Max. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is where it gets weird. CNN will also get its own hub on Discovery Plus, including CNN originals from the network's short-lived streaming service CNN Plus, like Stanley Tucci searching for Italy and Anthony Bourdain, parts unknown. Oh my God, CNN Plus. Oh, what a dumpster fire that was. While programming will be distributed across platforms, in addition to new content, the company plans to nix some shows completely. Which series will remain and which will face the axe are the questions at hand. Reportedly, WB is about to cut 70% of the production staff at HBO Max with the aim that they simply don't want more scripted HBO-only content, as the service aims to fold up HBO, HBO Max, and Discovery Plus into one streaming service. Ouch. Okay, what's with Batgirl? Why do they cancel Batgirl? WBD canceled the release of the nearly finished Batgirl film. Variety and the New York Post confirmed on August 2nd. DC Comics movie was intended for an HBO Max debut, was scrapped, and won't hit any platform, including streaming or theaters. I hate that. The film initially received a $75 million production budget, but became a $90 million project, partially due to COVID-related delays, Variety reported. Furthermore, a sequel to the 2020 Scoob Holiday Hunt was also axed, despite costing the studio a reported $40 million. Okay. CEO Zavler addressed WBD's strategy during the Q2 earnings call. We've already seen that like 3 times. We're not going to launch a movie until it's ready. Okay. We're not going to launch a movie to make a quarter, and we're not going to put a movie out unless we believe in it. He added this idea of expensive films going direct to streaming. We can't find an economic case for it. We can't find an economic value to it. So we're making a strategic shift. I get that. I understand that you just don't want to throw $100 million to a movie that's going to be streaming only, especially in this day and age. But the money's already been spent. It's like, come on, man, you already blew the $100 million. Just put the darn movie out. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's got a few more weeks of post-production, but I mean, it's one of those, it's like, well, you know, you're already $90 million into it. Just finish it with a couple more $1 million and put it out. You know, get something out of it. Social media went into a frustrated frenzy when the shocking news that the Batgirl film had been nixed was announced. The film's lead and directors reacted to the news with a statement penned on social media. We are saddened and shocked by the news. Director Adlud El Arbi and Bilal Fallah said on Instagram, we still believe it. We still can't believe it. As directors, it is critical that our work be shown to audiences while the film was far from finished. Oh, okay. But we wish the fans all over the world would have had the opportunity to see and embrace the final film themselves. Maybe one day they will. Inshallah. Okay. Our amazing cast and crew did a tremendous job and worked so hard to bring Batgirl to life, the directors added. We are forever grateful to have been part of the team. That's sad, man. Alright, so that's kind of the same stuff again. Which shows have been renewed on HBO Max? Okay, so Euphoria's coming back. I heard that's a huge hit. I've never seen Euphoria because I hear it's very, very dreary. Like, it's very depressing. And I tend to stay away from stuff like that. But I hear it's really good. So I guess if that's your jive. And just like that, renewed for season 2. Gilded Age, Tokyo Vice, a Black Lady sketch show. Never heard of that. How to with John Wilson, Our Flag Means Death. Minx, Julia, Winning Time, My Brilliant Friend. Peacemaker. Yeah, okay, that's the one with John Cena. Surprisingly enough, John Cena does really well in that show. So Peacemaker's renewed for season 2. Somebody Somewhere. And The Righteous Gemstones. Okay. Which shows have been canceled? Oh, crap. Raised by Wolves, Made for Love, Time Traveler's Wife, Gentleman Jack, Close Enough, Gordita Chronicles, Chad, At Home with Amy Sedaris, Camping, Vinyl, Mrs. Fletcher, Run, Here and Now. I'd actually only heard of like 3 of these. I'd heard of Gordita Chronicles, Mrs. Fletcher, and Amy Sedaris. I'd not heard of the others. One of the big things that I'm a little worried about is it doesn't really mention it here in this article, but there is a Harley Quinn animated series that is HBO Max exclusive. And it's a really good show. It really is. It's an excellent show. Got a huge fan base. Very dedicated fan base. I'm worried about that show. Because that show's actually good. And I just have this feeling that HBO is going to do something stupid and cancel that show. Which I sincerely hope they don't. Because it's good and it's funny. If you've never seen it, it's funny. It's an R-rated show. Just, yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, that show's actually very entertaining. I hope they don't get rid of that. Oh, speaking of another show that they didn't mention here, oh gosh, what is the name of that show? I can't believe I'm forgetting the name. Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol. I hope they don't cancel Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is one of those shows that is just, it's ridiculous and hilarious. But it does have some extraordinarily good elements to it. Like, it can be very dramatic when it wants to, but at the same time, it can be extraordinarily stupid. Doom Patrol is such a good series. I remember, in fact, the last time I subbed to HBO Max was because Doom Patrol had just hit. And I'm like, I'm going to watch Doom Patrol. Good show. Very, very funny. Has Brendan Fraser in it. Yep, Brendan Fraser is in it. We all love Brendan Fraser. It's not just an internet meme. You all know that, right? It's like a requirement. Everybody has to love Keanu Reeves and Brendan Fraser. In fact, Keanu Reeves and Brendan Fraser are going to get together and do a buddy film. I vote for that. Okay. Yep. Here we are, Crunchyroll Expo 2022. Apparently we can watch it. What's going on here? Lights, camera, cosplay. The CRX 2022 cosplay cup competition is here. Wow. Okay, check it out. Oh, wow. Look at that $7,000 grand prize. Okay. Why is there a cat with a hat? What's the? You see the cat back there losing his hat? He's got a little fish on his hat. What is this? All right. What else we got here? Hypest concert in anime. Join us for a star-studded lineup of anime-inspired music from some of the industry's biggest names, including headliners Burnout Syndromes and Ararashi Gakko. Admission included with your CRX badge. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's see. Official CRX 2022 schedule. Okay, plan your day. This guy looks way too happy. Let me move. Let me move my bow. Yeah, look at him. He's like, oh my gosh, yes. We can go to the waifu booth. And then from there, we can go to the lolly booth. And then I should stop doing that. I shouldn't knock him. I really shouldn't. I feel bad now for knocking him. He's at a place where he's having a good time. Honestly, if I were at Crunchyroll Expo, I'd probably have a smile on my face too. Just because it looks like a fun place. I'm not like super hardcore into anime, but if somebody took me, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go. I'd probably have a good time. All right, live from New Crunchy City. Okay. Wow, that is a lot of men. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a woman. There's a woman right here. Okay, so we've got a woman there. It's okay, guys. We've got one woman. We're fine. As long as... Never mind. Exploring new... Oh, this is... Oh, New Crunchy City in person? Oh, wow. Including live performances, popular industry guests, anime programming, and premieres. Okay. You've arrived in New Crunchy City. Okay. Did we already go through all these? Oh, okay. Here in the city. Okay, learn more. Oh, look, it says we can watch now. Can we actually watch it? What's going on here? Oh, stream will begin in 47 minutes. Really? Oh, well, it looks like there already was a stream. What's going on here? Oh, okay, here on. What is this? Da-da-da. Greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Oh my god. I guess these are just like previews? Okay, let's fast forward through here a little bit. My sisters! Hey, my sisters! That anime sucked so bad. Look, it's my sisters. That's awesome. We can barely see their faces because they're both looking down. A-chan. What is this? What are they even looking at? Oh, wow, I'm gonna... What is this?
You know, with this logic, if you have lots of moms, does that mean I have lots of wives? Thank you, babe. I'm winning.
She's winning, so from now on we're gonna move over here because I feel like the list is gonna expand a lot for Ollie. I'm just gonna put my pen down for like probably 10 minutes. Go ahead, Ollie!
Okay.
Oh, was that yours? Done already?
No, a couple more, but I'm very interested in your wives and therefore my also adoptive step-parents.
She's interested in wives.
To be honest, you don't have lots of wives. I got divorced as of recently by 90%. Yeah.
You get my pain.
What?
Oh my god.
When were you divorced?
Okay, let's fast forward a little bit.
Somehow, Garrison. I mean, look at Anna over there. You are my favorite comedian.
Hollow Life Family Tree. Oh. Okay.
Anna was proud. So I guess we did some slap of reality here. Looks like.
What is this?
I need something to help bring back, not only my hope and dreams, but Yago's hope and dreams.
Then don't you think it's about time?
I think it is time for a little karaoke!
Uh-oh. The guys get the mask on. This is so weird. But it's funny. It's entertaining.
Wait, why am I the big one here?
I don't know. Why are you the big one here? You have something in front of you. It's called a microphone.
Babe,
It means you gotta
Is she dead?
say mother.
I just realized she has stitches.
you're grounded after this.
What do you mean? Mother, I'm just trying to, make you more
Oh, mother?
modern, mother. The word
Oh,
mother.
that's a mother?
Does it make you feel old?
Are you trying to call me a boomer?
No.
I heard that.
Okay, mother.
Alright, so I guess what I'll be singing first. Then you'll have to close it for the finale.
No. I mean, what? Please sing.
Alright. Does anybody know Jolly Jolly? Perhaps?
Okay, this is getting a little strange. Hmm.
Anything you want to say, Ollie?
There's actually quite a lot of things that I want to announce.
Announcement time?
So, maybe we'll start with light ones.
This
There's a new... There's pretty heavy announcements. So, first light announcements we have, April Nina just released a new song entitled Zombie, and I featured a little bit in it in the chorus part, so if you guys can take a little listen, that would be great. First, yay!
She's got a mousetrap on her ear.
And then next up, we also have, all the way to the Asian second generation will be getting our new outfit soon.
I saw your
Okay. I mean, believe me, I understand why people enjoy the whole VTuber stuff. It's pretty funny sometimes. It's the one on the right wearing a dog collar, probably. Yeah, so this VTuber stuff is hilarious. It's pretty funny. It does work a little better when it's in twos like this, because then you can play off of each other. Whereas if it's just like me, it's like, oh, hello, how you doing? I guess I can, I don't know. Yeah, this seems interesting. So, I guess this was the stream from yesterday. Let me see. San Jose. Oh, it's in San Jose. Okay, that's kind of neat. Don't miss the cosplay cup. Apparently, there's a cup for a cosplay. But yeah, there you go. There's Crunchyroll Expo. I guess a little late to go. Yeah, even if I got on a plane right now, I wouldn't get there till tomorrow. Yeah, August 5th through 7th. I really should go to one of these conventions. It's been so long since I've been to like a con. And even then, the last one that I went to I was really only there because of Yu-Gi-Oh. That was really it. Because I was one of the head judges. And that was a long time ago. Ooh, okay. So what is okay, is this the same Watch Now thing? Okay, it is. But yeah, Crunchyroll Expo, kind of interesting. Hold on, where's the thing with the cosplay? Because we always like seeing the cosplayers. They're always hilarious. Where are we? Cosplay, here we go. Check it out. Let's see, cosplay. Oh, okay. Don't miss the cosplay episode. Oh, 7 p.m. on Saturday. Okay, so it's not till later this evening. Who's hosting? Mario Bueno and Linda Lay. Vampy Bit Me? Okay. It's kind of interesting. Meet the judges. Who's in the running? Oh, did they already enter? You can see some cosplay stuff. And I imagine since it's Crunchyroll, it's probably at least, mostly covered. Let's see. Finalists. Oh, wow. Okay, so these are just finalists. Let's see if any of these are actually kind of interesting. Chrissy plays dress up. Carmilla Joe. What is this? This looks Okay, I guess that's just a normal picture of her. That's not her dressed up. Houston probably has a lot, right? Houston actually had one last weekend. It was what, Anime Matsuri or something like that. Yeah, they had one last week. And then what's her name? That girl, Amaranth or Amouth. I can't remember how to say her name. You know, the girl, not the VTuber, but the girl who does those hot tub streams on Twitch. She's actually from Houston, and she was talking about how she wants to kind of organize one herself. So I have no idea if or when that may ever happen, but yeah, Houston probably has a handful of them. We actually have one here in my city, strangely enough. In fact, it's not really an anime convention. It's more of just like a general con where it does card games, anime, comic books, manga, kind of like nerd culture. That's pretty much all it is. Let me see. I know we've had it the last few years. Let me check. Anime convention. Trying to remember. I can't even remember what it's called. Oh. Did they rename it? Okay, this doesn't look right. Where's this from? It's just called... I remember it being called something else, but it's just saying Corpus Christi Comic Con. I remember it being called something else, though. Maybe they just changed the name just to make it easier. I don't know. Let's see. Corpus Christi Comic Con. No. Go back. Let's see. Davenport. Man, there's actually quite a few just this weekend. Yeah, there's a huge list here. In fact, here, I'll actually share this link with you guys in case you're curious. This is... where's my chat? Here we go. This is where I'm getting the data from. animecons.com/events. It actually has a ton of them. Okay. And it has them all over the world, too. We've got one in the Czech Republic and Germany. A whole bunch in the U.S., obviously. There's one in Canada. Well, actually, several of them are in Canada. There's one in Glasgow that's going right now. There's one in New Zealand, Brazil. Oh, here. Wow. I didn't even know about this. Louisville, Texas. There was one called Magical Girl Day 2022, and that got canceled. That's too bad. And that was in Houston. Let me see if there are any others. Anime Houston is next weekend. So, yeah, wow. Okay, they're already having another one next weekend. There's one in Frisco also next weekend, but that's more in the Dallas area. Let me see what else is here. Wow, I'd never heard of this. Colossal Con. Okay. Kalahari Resorts in Round Rock, Texas. I actually used to live in Round Rock. Okay, I guess that's a newer con. I'd never heard of that one. And then there's another one, Delta H Con in Houston on August 19th. God, there's a ton of them in Houston. And then there's another one in Arlington, again, in the Dallas area. Again, that same weekend. Man, there are just tons of them. It's like every weekend, there's at least one somewhere in the state. Oh, here we go. Here's one. San Japan 2022 in San Antonio, so just up the road from me. September 2nd through the 4th. Then there's one in Grand Prairie. Again, Grand Prairie is near Dallas. Let me see. I'm just looking at the Texas ones. There are ones in other states, but I'm just looking at Texas right now. There's one in the Netherlands. Yeah, Anime Con Classic in the Netherlands. September 23rd through the 25th at the Van der Valk Theater Hotel Almelo in Almelo, Netherlands. So there you go, man. You can go to that one. Go dressed up. Go dressed as Dark Magician. Do it. Do it. No excuses. You have one right there in your country. You got to go. Let me see. Brian. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, this is down the road from me. Bonsai Con from September 30th to October 2nd. South Padre Island Convention Center Holiday Inn Resort. Okay, yeah, that's not far from me. That's down the way. Here, let me actually put this on the screen so we can share what we're looking at here. All right, let me go back down. Where was I? I was already into September. Here we go. Yeah, this is the one I was looking at right here. Bonsai Con. South Padre Island, Texas. That is south of me. Let's see. Look, another one. Anime Fest. The following weekend. McAllen, Texas. And then the weekend after that. Allen, Texas. Abilene, Texas. God, there are... I never realized how many of these there are. I think a lot of these are smaller. Because, like I said, I've not heard of almost any of these. But I guess they kind of get outshined by the bigger ones, like the Anime Matsui and the San Diego Comic-Con, the big ones, you know. There was also the New York City Comic-Con. Again, those are the major ones. But Abilene, Texas, that's a little further north. Let's see. Irving, Texas, that's by Dallas. Yeah, Dallas Fan Festival. Let's see. The Woodlands, Texas. I believe... The Woodlands. Isn't that by Dallas, too? Dallas is a very, very, very large metro area, in case you all haven't figured that out yet. Dallas is massive. Dallas is bigger than some states we have here. That's how big the greater Dallas area is. It is stupid big. That's why every time I see some of these cities, I'm like, oh, that's by Dallas. That's by Dallas. Yeah. They're basically suburbs of Dallas because it's so huge. Let's see what else we got here. So we're already into November now. Oh, Galveston. That's a little to the southeast of Houston. That's the Onicon. Let's see. Dallas, Texas. Well, there you go. Dallas. Anime Dallas. November 25th to 27th. And then the very next weekend in Fort Worth. Again, right next to Dallas. Anime Frontier. I still haven't found one that's actually here in my city. This is kind of a bummer. Here's another one in San Antonio. If I was going to leave the city to go to one, it would probably be this one. Comic-Con 2023. And the reason I would go is because February 25th and 26th, the weather is much better in February. I would not want to go to a con in this heat right now. Absolutely not. That's why the people who went to Houston and all that, I can appreciate their effort because it is freaking hot right now. But this one I wouldn't mind going. Because San Antonio can get pretty hot too, but in February it definitely cools down. It is much cooler. So easier to travel. Oh, look, AggieCon over in College Station, Texas. College Station is like between Houston and Austin. It's like about the midpoint. Let's see. Any others here in Texas? Another one in Dallas, Texas Fan Expo. Oh, we're already going a year out now. Okay, yeah, these are much later. San Antonio. Okay, yeah, these are already like a year out. So there's actually quite a few postponed. I wonder why that was postponed. Yeah, so quite a few of them, man. Wow. Oh, look at that. They even have some of the older ones. Okay. That's cool. Oh, wow. Going all the way back to 75. That's pretty neat, actually. Anime cons. This is actually a very useful website. Wow. And I just kind of stumbled across it. Boston Convention Exhibition Center, March 25th through 26th, 2023. I don't want to go to Boston. Okay, how can I put this? I don't really like to travel that much anymore. I really don't. The only reason I think why I would feel at least somewhat comfortable going to San Antonio to go to that's why I wanted to find a con here in the city. Because then I could just because there's really only one major place here where they would have a convention, and that's at the American Bank Center, which is like maybe 8 minutes from where I am. It's a straight shot straight down to the bayfront, so it's right there. So that's why I was hoping they would have one here. But if I had to go to San Antonio, at the very least, it's only a 2-hour drive. I can go up there and back in the same day. I used to do it a lot of times when I was traveling more. So if I wanted to, I could just go up and back in the same day. If it came to it, like if something were to happen, like I don't know, maybe car trouble or get stuck somewhere, that's where a lot of my family lives, in San Antonio. My sister lives there. My one of my nieces, one of my nephews, and my mother and my stepfather live there. So if I needed something, I know I could call them and be fine. If there was one in Austin, I wouldn't mind going there either, because again, I've made that drive and I can make that drive in one day back and forth. And again, I have friends and I have family in Austin. That's why I would go there. But going to Boston, nothing against Boston, but yeah, I wouldn't really like it, simply because I always have, like, how can I put it? I always have this thing about staying in hotels. And this is really strange because you all know I used to work in the hotel biz. So it's even stranger when you think about it. But I really do not like staying in hotels. I just don't like it. It's very difficult for me to sleep in a bed that is not mine. Like I can't even, like if I remember when I went to go see my mom during Thanksgiving like 3 or 4 years ago. I was there for like an hour, and after that 1 hour I was already like, okay, I really want to leave. Because it's not my house. It's my mom's house, you know, but it's not like my place. So I just couldn't get comfortable there, and my mother noticed. So she's like, are you all right? And I'm like, I just don't want to be here. And she's like, why, what's wrong? And I'm like, I just don't, you know, I don't understand why I do that. It's just the way I am now. It really shows that I have changed quite a bit from the 2000s to now. Because in the 2000s, that's when I did a ton of traveling and a ton of going to, you know, events and judging and stuff like that. So yeah, now I'm a completely different person, unfortunately. That's why if it's San Antonio, I can deal with San Antonio. And again, the good thing is, because it's only San Antonio, I know that if I wanted to, I could just get back in my car and drive right back. But with going to some place like Boston, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, I could probably find a way to manage it, but I would have to medicate the hell out of myself. And I don't like doing that. I really don't. So you'd have to come to me. Ooh, that sounds a little weird. Moni's looking at this like, what is happening here? But even then, I mean, like I was getting back to the whole thing as far as going to these conventions, I wouldn't stay for very long. I really wouldn't. I think I would buy just like a day pass. Because I remember, I forgot what it was called, but the one they had here was called something else. And I remember a couple of years ago, they had where you could just buy like a day pass for like $10. It was really cheap. So you could just go in, pay the $10. And the reason most people did that is because they just wanted to go and check out the vendors, mostly. But yeah, that's why I was kind of looking at it, just to kind of go and check out some of the vendors, maybe get some pictures of some new upcoming stuff that may not be out in the wild yet, you know, that kind of stuff. Because even at the very least, I could go there with my cameras and, you know, do some filming, take some pictures, maybe make a video or two out of it, you know, something like that. That's why I kind of wish that I could find, let me see, Christy, let's try this again. It just says event management company. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. Oh, are you serious? No. It was in July. They used to always do them in August. Why did they change? Well, they already have the one next year scheduled, and it's right where I said it was going to be, American Bake Center. Dang, I missed it by like 2 or 3 weeks. That sucks. But there's one next year. I could always start making plans. Yeah, July 28th through the 30th. Friday 12 to 7, Saturday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. How much are tickets? Let me see, buy tickets. Ooh, tickets are more expensive now. Friday pass is $35, Saturday pass is $45, and Sunday pass is $40. Or you could buy a 3-day weekend pass for $60. VIP pass, full weekend VIP badge with lanyard. VIP exclusive print. Oh, okay, that's it? Let me see. Child, 1-day pass is $13. 3-day pass is $23. Ah, that's not bad. Let me see. All attendees of Corpus Christi Comic Con must possess a Corpus Christi Comic Con badge for admission to the event. Okay. Yeah, this got more expensive. The one that they had here didn't used to be this expensive. I really wish they would do the convention like in December. Like December 18th or something. Like right before Christmas. Where it's nice and cool and, you know, that kind of stuff. And go do it then. But here, just in case you're wondering what I'm looking at here, this is the one that I was looking at here. But even then, again, and this is another big reason why I would much rather do one here in the city, is because the day may actually come, like the day of the event may come, and I'll just be like, I don't really want to go. And I just wouldn't go. Whereas if I'm in Los Angeles, it's like, well, I came all the way here. Am I going to have to say that, yes, I got on a plane for several hours, flew into LA, and just sat in my hotel room the whole time? What'd you do at the Comic-Con? Oh, I didn't go. What do you mean you didn't go? Yeah, I stayed in the hotel. Seriously, I know me, dude, and I know that I might actually do that, because there are times, one of the things that I've become very wary of is my social battery. And what I mean by social battery is, I'm pretty sure you all know what that means, is that some people are just extroverts. Like, they like being out around people and doing things and going on hikes and going to the movies and going to the bar and hanging with people. I don't have a very large capacity to my social battery. Like, I can, no joke, I can be somewhere with a bunch of people for like 20 minutes, and then I got to get the F out of there. I can't stay. And that freaks people out sometimes. They don't seem to understand that. I'm like, yeah, I can't stay here anymore. And they're like, why? And I'm like, and again, it's nothing personal to them. It's nothing personal to them. It's just me. I just can't be there. It's like, I have to get the F out of there. That's just how I am. I'm sorry. It is. I've been like that at least for the last 10, 15 years. In fact, strangely enough, after I stopped doing judging and stuff like that for the events, I kind of became that way. Because I've always been an introvert. Okay, I can force myself to be social, but it's not my comfort zone. I don't really like it. Like, the weird thing is that when I was in high school, I actually used to be in the I took drama. And drama, obviously, you have to get up on stage, you have to speak and be in front of a lot of people. And I was actually pretty good at it. But once I was off stage, I would just go right back into my own little sphere, and that was it. And I remember my teacher asked me about that. They're like, yeah, you don't really talk to too many people considering what you do on stage. And I'm like, I do this stuff on stage because it's part of the class. It's what's required of me. If I had a choice not to do half of the stuff I'm being asked to do, I just wouldn't do it. And they were like, oh. And again, I was like, it's not personal. I just, and you're not like infringing on my being by doing this. I understood that was that was what was going to happen if you take drama. You eventually will have to get on stage and do some stuff. Rock Sazmer? Okay. What is this? What is this? What is that thing on her face? Okay, seriously, what is this? I mean, the picture looks kind of neat. I can see what it's doing, but what is that on her face? What is that supposed to be? Yeah, I have no clue what that is. I'm sure one of you all would know. That's just weird looking. Okay, so let's back it up here. Second Star cosplay. Okay. Sonya Blade cosplay. The crazy cyborg girl. Oh, well, some of these are repeating. Oh, now they're repeating. Why are they repeating these? Is it just like a... Okay, that was weird. Look, they're on here twice. Okay, why are they on here twice? Some of these are on here twice. It's fine, doesn't hurt anything, but... Chrissy plays dress up. Okay. I mean, some of these cosplays are really good. They're really excellent. Like, you can tell these people put some effort into it. Like, I don't think I could ever put this much effort into just, like, dressing up as, like, an anime character. Like, the most I could be asked to do is, like, put on a t-shirt. You want to dress up like an anime character? Is this the only thing, just wearing a t-shirt? Yeah? Okay, fine. Give me the t-shirt. But if you ask me to do like this with the wig and the hair and the floofy shirt, I'd be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Don't ask me to do these things. Who is this girl? Phalia Kitsune? Okay. Some of these are pretty good. Still have no idea what that thing is. But yeah, there you go. There's your cosplay. Oh, here's the judges. We can meet judges. Oh, I guess these are like professional cosplayers. Wow. Okay, these are like next level cosplay. Look at that. Merida? Wow, that is an insane amount of detail in that. Cosplayer for more than 20 years. So apparently she started right out of the womb. Because she only looks about 20. Her cosplays appeared in books, magazines, TV shows, and online. Okay. Let me see. Reagan Catherine and Suncake Mooncake? What? Okay. Never... Anyway. And then there's this random dude, like, hey... Papa Bear... I imagine he does cosplay, but he's just not dressed up. It is kind of interesting, though. It's like you got somebody all super dressed up, random guy, and then just super dressed up again. They should do that. They seriously should do that. Like, if you bring in judges, like, if you have a panel of judges, like, get, like, 4 professional cosplayers who know their stuff, and then just get, like, one random person that knows almost nothing about it. And just see how they judge it. What do they think looks good? What do they think looks weird? That kind of thing. I think that would be awesome. And I think that that 5th judge should get a vote. And it should have just as much weight as the other 4. That would be awesome. I think that's all the stuff here for whatchamacallit, Crunchyroll thingy. Crunchyroll City. But there you go. Yeah, we're looking, that's the Crunchyroll Expo going on. I was going to end with some Force of Will stuff, but it feels like we've kind of already gone over time. Wow, we're already at 2 hours and 15 minutes. I kind of wanted to mention Force of Will because, again, it's one of those games that just doesn't get any love. But at the same time, I look at their website, and it is so bare bones. For a... God, shut up, you dumb dog. For a game that's been around for as long as this game has, it feels very bare bones. It feels like there should be more info here. And the weird thing about Force of Will is I actually really do like the cards. I've mentioned it before. The card stock on these is very, very nice. The artwork is excellent. The card quality is really good. So I feel like Force of Will should definitely get a little more love than it does. I'm surprised it doesn't. It's not more popular. I really am. Asuka deck. Or a Stella deck? A new world emerges. Oh, does that come with a box topper? Hero cluster. A new world emerges. Pre-release kit hero cluster booster for set. New world emerges. Oh, pre-release pack. Okay. Now, some of this stuff looks interesting. And then this is all just the stuff we already looked at. Yeah, the product I've opened from Force of Will tends to be the older sets. Just because some of those older sets, nobody really, you know, they're just like really old. Like that box, those 2 boxes I opened, I believe that set came out in 2017, something like that. So it's like a 5-6-year-old box at this point. But I sincerely did go and look for news on Force of Will. Like, I actually typed in Force of Will card game news. There's nothing. Nothing. No tournament news. No new product news. No sales. No articles. Nothing. I kind of feel bad for it. And like I said, it stinks because I think it actually is, as far as the card quality goes, it's good. Second set reloaded. Rares, super rares, Marvel rares. Oh wow, look at that. PR card image. Guinevere Space-Time Watcher. I can see they did a little bit of a redesign. Oh, and that's a box topper. Yeah, look, see, buy a box. Generally, you'll get one in each box. When you buy a booster box, you'll get this as a box topper. So that's pretty cool. Nice art, too. Yeah, buy a box PR card. One PR card is included in display box. Only available for first printing. Yeah, the art on all of these cards, like, some of the art's a little weird, but then other art like this is actually really nice. This looks really good. Some of the art that I'm not crazy about, let me see if I can find one. That actually looks kind of neat, too. It's a little busy, but it looks kind of neat. That's also from Buy a Box. Zwei Hunter Mechanized Round Table Destroyer. He really doesn't like tables. What do we got here? Wow. Oh, wow, that's really busy, too. But it looks great. Looks really nice. Kaguya enters the game of gods. Does it actually show pictures? Card text, card set. Okay, here, let me see. Weird. This only has select sets here. Huh. It doesn't have the older sets. It's a little strange. That's going to be a little harder now because I was hoping to find... Oh, look, it has pictures of all of them. Okay, awesome. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Yeah, like, oh my god, look at some of this art. Look at... Oh my god. Look at this. Borderless full art. That actually looks insane. What's with all the giant fists here? Yeah, some of this artwork is really nice. And here are the stones. The stones always look nice. Dark Alice. That looks pretty neat. Order of Satan. Ooh. That's pretty hardcore, man. Dante, Seven Deadly Sins. Alice, Tales of Creation. The World of Amadeus. Excalibur Fallen. Yeah, the cards, they went through this redesign, but they still, I mean, they're still very much Force of Will cards, but yeah, some of these look really crazy. Oh my god. 3 Beast Warriors. Okay, that's funny. Shiva's Wind Aura. I actually think overall, the card quality, the card stock, and the artwork, when compared to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a Pokemon, is better. I don't think that's a hot take either. I really do think it's better. I mean, I'm not knocking some of the artwork on Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! They have some really good artwork too. I just think overall, these are better. even this one. Mimi Tribe Warrior. That's funny. Oh, that's kind of insane looking. Space-time mage. Lancelot. I may go get one of these boxes now. Some of these cards look really good. That looks cool. Knowledge from the future. Wow. Okay. Falling into the cracks of time. That looks a bit weird. She's very gifted. Yeah, some of these cards look really, really nice. Tiny Dragon. Arthur Spacetime Knight. Violet and Marabella. Rogue Spectator. Pressia Dangerous Duelist. Shiva's Flame Aura. Yeah, some of these actually look really cool. I think I may have to go get one of these boxes. This looks really good. Oh, that looks awesome. Adam in the World of Duels. Is that available in full art? That looks really cool. It's like it's crazy bunny rabbit candy artwork. How are Force of Will cards doing value-wise? It's hard to say. Again, the sets that I have are older sets. They do still occasionally sell. But it's really hard to kind of nail down a value because there just simply aren't a lot of sales. I'm one of maybe 10 people on TCG Player that sell Force of Will. There's really not a lot of us. And like I said, even then, I get maybe 1 or 2 sales for Force of Will a month. Again, my card availability is a little limited because I've only done 2 sets. But that's why I'm kind of thinking, what if I dive into one of these newer sets, like much newer sets, like a set that came out like a month ago, you know, spend the $70, get the booster box, do the opening, put these cards up there. Hopefully that will attract some of the player base, and they'll see these cards for sale, and then they'll also see some of the older stuff and be like, oh, well, while I'm here, let me pick up some of these older cards too. So that might be worth looking into. A Flashing Smile. Okay, and I think that was... Hold on, advanced search. Let's do card type. Oh, wow, okay, Resonators, no. Card set, which I don't even remember what set that was. Oh, here's from... here's the Asuka deck. Hero Cluster Starter deck. Okay. This would probably be much easier to locate and purchase. Let's take a look at some of these. Oh, really? Ah, no results. Really? Oh, come on. Why'd you even put that in there? Hold on. Let me try this again. Or a Stella deck. Okay. Fine. Yeah, it didn't have pictures for these. That's unfortunate. All right, let me go back to... Well, that's also... These are also starter decks right here. Dual Cluster Booster 1, Game of Gods. Oh, wow. Okay, look at these. Those are the stones. Oh, Teachings of the Moon. Oh, this is from that purple one. Matt, World of Duels and Ascendance. Oh, look at that full art right there. Order of Faith. That looks good. Oh, that looks cool too. You've got the standard card and then you've got the full art. Is that a J ruler? It is not. It's a double rare. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. No. Okay. So that's the double rare. And this is the... Is that... Oh, yeah, it is the J ruler. Okay. So it's just the full art version. Okay. Gotcha. There's also a new TCG coming, Alestrals. There's a lot of TCGs out there right now, man. It's a very competitive market. Unless you're at least second tier, because top tier is like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic. Second tier is like MetaZoo, Flesh and Blood. What was that one other card game? I can't remember it. But yeah, if you're not within those first 2 tiers, it's very difficult to break in. MetaZoo made a massive splash. That's why they're right up there. They're not among the best, but they've got a lot of support right now. Flesh and Blood, strangely enough, the support is still there, but the value of the cards has significantly dropped. Okay, this is what I was going to actually mention earlier. Some of the art looks really good, but then there's also kind of strange art like this. And what kind of throws me off about this is notice her body dimensions. Like, she has a very long torso. At least to me, it looks very long. Stuff like that throws me off a little bit. Because when you compare it to some of the other art, it doesn't look quite the same. Like, she's got a shorter torso. That's the same character. There's probably some other ones up here. Yeah, see, she's got a very standard torso. Same with her. That you can't really tell because she's wearing that outfit. But yeah, this particular outfit just looks a little weird to me. I don't know. I mean, the art still looks nice. It just looks a little weird, though. Loki, Master. Wow, the cards look really good, though. I think I do want to get a box of this. I'm going to actually look real quick. Which one is this? This is, hold on. Let's back it up a little bit here. Game of Gods. I want to take a quick look. Let's see. You know, that's actually not a bad price. $76 for a sealed booster box. And there's actually pretty decent value in that box too. Again, the listings for these cards are very sparse, but if the cards actually move, the value's there. Like, there are cards for, you know, $4, $4.50, $5, but then there's also a few cards here for $16, $19, $24, $29. So there is value, but again, it's just a matter of will these cards actually move? Yeah, so this particular booster box is 76. Yeah, it looks like the two biggest sellers here have boxes for 76. So that's not terrible. Let me see what other one we got here. Game of Gods Reloaded. Oh, that one's much more expensive. That one's $127. Okay, so yeah, that's a more expensive booster box. That's the one with all. That was the one with the crazy, some of the crazy stuff that we saw as far as the art. Here, it was this one with the crazy fire girl. This girl. Okay, that one's kind of weird. All right, and then we've got Game of Gods Revolution. Which is this one. This one's a little expensive too. It's 110. It doesn't seem to have much more value though. I mean, it does have some, but it seems like it's slightly lower than the other set we were looking at. Yeah, it's sitting right about, let me see. Yeah, only two sellers that I'm seeing there, 110. I wonder if, let me check another website here that sells Force of Will. Wow, they don't even have it. Yeah, I'm not even seeing it available here. There are some other sets on here, though. Yeah, here we go. Game of Gods Reloaded. Oh, they want 100 there. That's too much. Let me see. Fourth level Epic of the Dragon Lord. Oh. Oh, they do have some relatively inexpensive structure decks. I think I'll get some structure decks. But anyways, yeah, I mean, again, going back to what I was initially talking about, the cards look amazing. And it's just a bummer that this thing doesn't have more players. It really should have more players. I think one of the reasons one of the things that's holding it back is maybe because it doesn't really have an online component. Like all the major, like the big three, all of them have online apps now that you can play. Pokemon, obviously, MTG Arena. MTG, even before MTG Arena, they had Magic the Gathering online. So that's had an online element for a long time. And same thing with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's had Duel Links for a long time. They now have Master Duel. They've got Cross Duel. They've got Buddy Duel. They got Rush Duel. All the various other stuff that they have there. So 110 for a booster box. I wouldn't say that price is nuts, but it is on the higher end, because the regular retail price for a booster box generally for 36 packs, and that's what these are, they're 36 booster packs, usually hangs around, like the retail price is usually about $99. So $100 tends to be fine. However, with some of these smaller games, you tend to try to wait for the box prices to dip, which they usually do, because again, there's just not a huge audience for them. That's why when I saw that particular 110, even though it's a relatively new set, I was like, eh. I mean, it could be that it's just a popular set. It really could. So that could be it. Like, this one looks beautiful. I love the colors here. The colors look really, really awesome. Like, look, this one came out, yeah, this one just came out in December. So it's not very old. What about this one? When did this one come out? This one came out February 25th. So that one's really new as well. Heck, man, I may want to get one of these just to try and get the box topper. And oh, okay, Game of Gods Revolution came out on May 27th. So this is the newest one. Okay. So Revolution is the newest one. And that's yeah, $110. It's still very new. Well, new-ish. Let me see, 27th. It's a little more than 2 months old. If I could get that box for like $90, I'd probably go ahead and do it. But any more than that, I'll be like, nah. Let me see, Force of Will. God dang it. Sometimes I hate these search menus. Okay, so let me see. Original Game of Gods, the purple one that I was looking at, I found one for $88. Moonlit Savior, which is not on this list here, is $72. It's an older one. Let me see. Millennia of Ages, which is a very old set, is $38, so they're very cheap. Let me see. Epic of the Dragon Lord, that's an older set, that's $90. Yeah, some of the older sets are very, very cheap. Like the Battle for Ataraxia ones that I got, I think for the last two that I just got, those two videos you all saw, I think I paid $23 each for them. $23. That's why I got them. I'm like, dude, I can't turn that down. Now they've popped up in price. Now they're back up to about $40. But every now and then I'll find somebody that's just trying to move inventory, and I'll buy them for like $23. That's why I get them. I get them oftentimes with the hope that I will get one of the high-end cards, because usually the high-end cards in those sets, there's only one, and they're a little hard to get, but they usually sell for at least $50, $60. So if you can get one, basically pays for the box. But I think we're done, man. Yeah, I think we're done. I'm going to go and see about getting lunch. What time is it? Oh, it's already noon. It is lunchtime, my friends. What is that name of that other game you were talking about? Alestrals. Alestrals? I've not seen that in my list. Hold on. Let me see. Alestrals. TCG Player doesn't have a listing for it. And I'm looking at the big list, the one that I have access to. Yeah, I don't see it here. There's actually quite a few games that most people don't even talk about that Force of Will, that TCG Player has options to list cards for, like Wixos. It's not out yet. It doesn't matter if it's not out. Like, I have listings in here for Pokemon sets, like 2 sets in advance. So it doesn't matter if it's not out. They can, I mean, if they decide they want to carry it or want to make it available for their sellers to actually put on there, they'll list it. But like I said, there's just so many new card games out there. Like Wixos is another one that came out like a year ago. Everybody was saying it was going to be like, you know, the next big thing, and it just didn't do anything. I heard about one release, and that was it. I've not heard of Wixos at all after that. In fact, here, let me do a search for Wixos here as far as available booster boxes. Wow. There are 2 listings, and that's it for Wixos booster boxes. There's almost nothing. And again, it looks very much like one of those anime kind of anime waifu games where it's just a bunch of cute girls and I don't know. This just isn't. Yeah, glowing diva booster display. What is this? And the starter display, Sanga Musica Madoka. What is this? Yeah, I've not really seen much here. They do have some other structure decks. Takari Tommy Wixos structure deck, Diva Debut. Yeah, they've got a couple of structure. There's one here for like $15. Another one for $16. Yeah, there's again, the game is relatively new, so I'll give it that. But I still expect to see more. I would expect to see more products, and there's just not very much here at all. So it feels like it's again, just based on how the game is, it's a very niche product. But oh my god, look at this. Something completely different. I'm seeing a Digimon box. Wow, okay, somebody's trying to clearance these. Oh, I see why. They really need to list this correctly. It's not listed correctly. That's why it's cheap. Okay, never mind. It was a sealed booster box for Digimon, which I was thinking about getting into just to see how it sells. And I saw a box here for $45. And I was like, that's cheap. What's wrong with it? And sure enough, it's not the English version, it's the Japanese version. Which I personally don't have anything against the Japanese cards, but they just don't sell very well, unfortunately. I'm sure if I were in Japan, they would sell better. Oh, hold on. I was looking at other card games here. Let me see. So let me see. Wixos, MetaZoo, of course, is doing pretty well. Gate Ruler. Here's another one. Gate Ruler. I'd heard of it, but let me see. Gate Ruler. Yeah, it looks like they've got a few sets. Gate Ruler TCG Volume 1, Aces of the Cosmos, Onslaught of the Eldritch Gods, and a lot of these booster boxes are marked down. That's not a good sign. If they're all marked down, that's bad, because it shows that there's a good chance the game is shutting down. So I really don't want to dump any money into that. How many total sets has Gate Ruler had? Oh, they've not had many. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, less than that. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. They've had 4 sets released. And it looks like all of them are on... Some of them are pretty heavy discount. Let me see. 8%, 14%. Oh, 25% discount. Wow. Yeah, they're trying to move that stuff. It's not good. Here's the structure deck. Summon the Fell Dragon starter deck, 54 cards. Even that's on sale. And of course, Digimon. Flesh and Blood is still doing pretty decent. Argent Saga. Keyforge Bakugan. Transformers TCG. Munchkin CCG. That, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Munchkin, but Munchkin is one of those games that just keeps on trucking. It just keeps moving forward. It is a small game. Again, it's niche. It's weird because there's like a board game and then there's a card game. And from what I understand, there are still Munchkin board game tournaments that happen all over the states. Especially if you go to like again, conventions and stuff, and they're having like events for board games and card games, you will probably see a Munchkin tournament, a Munchkin, board game tournament with like 20 people. It's a small community, small game, but it just keeps going. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Munchkin. Let me see if I can bring it up here for you. Let's see. I think that's how you do it. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. But here it is. Yeah, here's the game. Here's like the board game. Well, it's like a board game / card game sort of thing. But yeah, apparently there are some people that really love this game. And it looks kind of neat. But then from what I understand, there's not only... Oh, wait, hold on. Is this the board game? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, there's the board. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So it's kind of one and the same? I thought there were two different things. Shows how much I know about it. But yeah, apparently there's like a very dedicated following. Yeah, complete game play out, 3 to 6 players, 1 to 2 hour play time. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, this game is just, it feels like it's been around forever. Like even going back to when I used to do events, I remember people talking about it. At least I think I do. When did Munchkin come out? Let me check. Let's see. Let's see, does it actually say when it came out? No, it doesn't say. News, retailer forum, products, cards. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't have it very, it's not very easy to find here. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those games that people just kind of fell in love with. Again, it's like a very small niche game, but a very dedicated following. And it's pretty neat. So there you go, Munchkin. Munchkin. Kind of wish they had online. It's launching a Kickstarter in November. Ooh. There are a lot of games apparently that are hopping on the Kickstarter thing. Let me see. Kickstarter. I'm going to actually go to Kickstarter and I'm going to do a search for card game. Let me see how many I find. Hold on, let me see. Can I do trading card game? Oh my god. There are actually a lot. Okay. Yeah, there are quite a few. Let me see. I'm pretty sure this is probably stream safe. Let me push it over here real quick. But yeah, this is what I was saying here. There's a lot of them. Explore 403 projects. There are a lot of people trying to make card games right now. And again, a lot of this kind of stems from the boom that we had that started a couple of years ago with the Pokemon boom. A lot of people figured, oh, well, I can get into that. Obviously, some of these will get fully funded. Others are going to die. Like this guy, apparently only 3% funded. Look at this dude. This guy's fully funded. Only 106 minutes to go. Oh, wow. This one's already almost over. Oh, this is a tabletop game. Well, let me see. Oh, okay, never mind. They're just labeled as tabletop. But Dream Book Trading Card Game. Dream Book Trading Card Game is exciting brand new battle tactics TCG. Okay, yeah. See, this is what I was talking about. That one's fully funded. So he's good to go. This one's really funded. Look at that. $592,000. 13 game legacy campaign. 3 new factions. That seems like a video game. Yeah, this seems like a video game, not a traditional card game. Oh, it's a tabletop. Okay, okay. Gotcha. That actually looks pretty neat. Okay. That looks pretty cool. Rise of... Okay, so it's more of a board game. Not so much a trading card game, more of a board game. Okay. That looks pretty neat. But this one, Dreambook trading card game. You want to watch this? Yeah, because they've already met their goal. That's pretty cool. Oh, ooh, I'm not crazy about this card design. That looks very busy, and I can't easily tell what's what. Yeah, I'm not crazy about these card designs. Just from, yeah, from first look, I'm not crazy about it. They look like are these... I can't tell if they're Pokemon sized or Yu-Gi-Oh sized. Keeper of the Shattered Secrets, Boogie Woman. Oh, I'm sorry, Boogie Woman. Tabitha, Leaf Sprite. Okay, the art looks okay. But again, the card design is just... For me, when it comes to certain card games, I'm always kind of the less is more kind of person. Not necessarily when it comes to art. The art can look really kind of extravagant, but card design is one of those things that you need to simplify it so it is very, very easy for newer players to get into it. Because if you throw a card like this at somebody and it's their first time playing, they may get overwhelmed. Like a modern Yu-Gi-Oh card, like think of a modern Link Yu-Gi-Oh card. Stick that in front of a player that's just starting out, and they're going to be like, I have no clue what that means. Well, all this stuff has to be licensed. So even if it is first created, zero backed. Oh, okay. Dreambook card game. That's so weird. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's huge play for... Oh, wow. Okay. This is a game board for 2 players. The one player playmats are half this size, and 2 mats make the full board. Okay, gotcha. Okay, but it's still pretty big. Look how many cards you can put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 14. And then you've got your Boneyard, your Deck Zone, Hidden Deck Zone. Oh, weird. Clarence Farfield. Okay. Admittedly, that card made me laugh. That's funny. That's pretty funny. I love the art. The art there, it works. Again, I'm not crazy about this card design. The layout and everything, it just looks weird to me, but the artwork is funny. The artwork is good. Exclusive product, first edition. Jurassic Journeys, 36 booster packs. That's just a mock-up, I'm sure, but yeah, that's what he gets the money for. Rapunzel. He can use Winnie the Pooh now, too. If he wanted to, he could stick Winnie the Pooh in his game. Because it's public domain now. The old school Winnie the Pooh, not the Disney version, but the old school original Winnie the Pooh. You can use that now. It's public domain. Rumpelstiltskin. So these are okay. Dream. Oh, I kind of see what he's kind of going for. These are all like children's fairy tales and stuff. Callahan, Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, Lunar Explorer. Okay. He had a video, didn't he? Didn't he have a... Let's go back up. Okay. Oh, he does have a video. Okay, I'm going to pause my music. Let's watch his video. Weird. Okay. Huh. Black Sonia. Looks Interesting. So you can actually, so you actually move your cards throughout the board. It's not like, you know, one player has one side of the board that's dedicated completely just to them and vice versa. You can actually move to the other side of the board. That's interesting. Battle Tactics TCG. As ugly as these cards look, I think the idea might have some legs. However, I don't know. I just don't know enough about this, obviously, to really make a determination, but... You see, Dreambook TCG has already completed a successful alpha and beta launch, and this brings us to the third phase of our plan, the Kickstarter launch. Oh, okay. So he's already been producing cards, apparently. What do the card backs look like? Oh, he didn't have any card backs. Do they look kind of like this, maybe? Just like Dreambook on the back? I really hope they don't look like that on the back. They just look so ugly. The art's fine. It's not like super hardcore, like super amazing, like, oh my god. You know, it's not like MTG quality or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Force of Will quality or even Pokemon quality. It's very much, it feels very much kind of MetaZoo-ish. You know how MetaZoo kind of really brought the bar down as far as artwork, and they did it on purpose? I kind of respect them for that too. And I think people have kind of figured, well, we can get away with very average artwork now. Because again, you also have to think of the fact that whenever you commission art, obviously if the artist is really, really good, they're going to ask for a lot more money. But if somebody's not that good, but they still like to do art, you could probably license a picture like that for like $5, $10. Can't add Zelda. Zelda's is owned by Nintendo. That's interesting. Omnia collectible deck building. 8 backers, 25 days to go. Oh, so he's trying to get 20,000. Argent City Patrol. This looks like a mock-up. Like it's not like the end of everything. He needs to make this font smaller. Just a little bit smaller. He needs to make this font smaller. He needs to make this font smaller too. In fact, the size of these numbers should be what this font is. The same. They should match. So this is good size. It should come down on these. This looks like wasted space right here. When Argent City Patrol enters play, you may pay 1, I guess that's gold. 1 gold. If you do draw 2 cards, otherwise gain 1 life. I guess that's life or health. The gameplay filled by various flavors of source energy. Home plane fire speaker. Again, same thing here. These fonts need to be smaller. Same thing here. This font needs to be smaller too. I think what they did when they made this is they kind of let whatever program they were using control the font size, and it's kind of like it's fit to whatever this is. So however many total letters you have here determines the font size. So if you put more description in there, the font will automatically get smaller. But I still think it needs to be smaller altogether. And again, this right here feels like there should be something here, but it's not. I don't understand what that's for. Maybe that's for like a set name or something? I don't know. Necromancer, Neophyte. The differences in art style is a little jarring too. Like this is a much darker art style, which, I mean, you can mix them, but this seems very Disney, very cartoony, and this seems very old world. You know, very kind of Lord of the Rings-ish type of stuff, D&D. Yeah, so that feels a little jarring. Hunt Pack Leader. Again, this feels a little more Disney. We the Bards. That's kind of interesting. You know, the weird thing is I could probably look at these all day and just be like, Some of these are actually very interesting ideas. This one, again, this looks amazing. That's a board game, though. Star-Crossed trading card game. What is this? Is this another one of these anime ones? Yes. Wow, and he reached his goal. I'll give it thumbs down. Wow, this guy reached his goal. And again, I think the big reason why he probably reached his goal is because, again, anime waifus. Waifus give you like an extra $10,000 immediately. Let's see, marksman. Okay, this card design's not bad. That looks pretty clean. I can actually get behind this. This looks very clean. And again, they didn't just go with a super massive font here. That looks very clean. That looks good. Description, that's a set number. And that's just prototype. And I imagine they'll probably add either here or down here, maybe like copyright, 2022 or whatever. But that actually looks really clean. I like that. Divinity Seeker. Apocryphal Light. Again, these are mock-ups. These are not actual products yet. Reward tiers, novice tier, adept tier. Oh, for $75 you'll get a booster box. Limited edition base set booster box. Master tier, you get a booster box and 2 starter kits. Icon tier, 3 booster boxes and complete starter deck. This one, $450, you get 6 booster boxes. Okay. Exclusive Kickstarter promo art. Oh, cool. Yeah, this one actually, I mean, the card design-wise, like I said, it looks pretty clean. It reminds me of some of the older card games that I, like, again, kind of fringe card games that I'd heard about in the, like, mid-2000s. So it's a little reminiscent of that, but overall it looks fine. It looks much cleaner. That's not bad. And again, he already reached his goal, so that's pretty cool. But one of the biggest reasons, like I said, why I would have, because when you look at the rewards that he gives, like again, like $100, you would get a booster box, limited edition base set booster box, and then you would get 2 of the starter sets, and then you'd also get the exclusive promo card. Just because he hits his numbers as far as the amount of money that he needed to supposedly get this started, which was $19,000, he could still just take off with the money. He could. That happens. That happens far more than you think, where people will do things like this and they'll put a goal of, like, see, this guy's goal was $19,000, but he reached $22,600. So he reached his goal, which is good. And he still has 25 days to go. But again, like I said, just because he reaches his goal doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually going to receive your product. You hope you do, but there's no promise. Oh, wow. Stretch goals. A set of 4 Kickstarter exclusive alternate art icons. Okay. Added to all orders. Oh, cool. So if he reaches 25,000, okay. 20 additional cards added to base set, 36,000. Okay. Okay, see, this actually looks really good too. Again, it looks clean. That is actually a very clean looking card. Shinobi combat move. Vanquish the diva on her opposing crystal if she was played this turn. This is the only thing I don't like about it, the whole diva thing. I think that word gets overused a little too much. Star-crossed. That's interesting. Keep an eye on it. What website is this? Want to post cards and funny. This is Kickstarter. Everybody knows about Kickstarter. But that looks kind of like an interesting game. I really hope that they actually do produce that, just to kind of see what happens. World War II TCG digital trading card game. Oh, this is a digital one. From former Blizzard Entertainment workers, World War II TCG, a multi-platform digital card game inspired by the World War II historical events. Oh, is this already complete? Last updated September 4th, 2013. Wow. Okay. I have never heard of this. What happened here? So I guess this actually came out. You can still support World War II TCG. Go to, okay, and back the game via PayPal. You'll receive the same rewards as Kickstarter backers. Is this website even live still? Nope. Okay. Yeah, okay. No. Well, see, that's the thing. If you make your goal 1.5 billion, one, you're never going to get there. And two, you only get the money if you hit that goal. So yeah, that's how Kickstarter is. In fact, I can't remember exactly what the guy was doing. I know it had something to do with mayonnaise. But apparently some guy, I think it was either on Indiegogo or here on Kickstarter, where he put up a thing that said that he was trying to get like $50. No joke. He wanted somebody to pledge $50 to him, and if they did, apparently he would like make like a sandwich with extra mayo. It was something stupid like that. I don't think that's exactly what it was, but it was something really, really dumb. And the funny thing, people gave him $50. And so he did it. He posted a video. He was like, here you go, guys. And everybody's like, yay, we got our money's worth. You gotta see him make a sandwich. It was just so stupid, but it was mostly just if I remember correctly, it was obviously a joke. And I think what he actually ended up donating the money or something. I don't remember who he donated to, but I think that's kind of how it ended. And then once everybody found out he donated the money, they were like, "Oh, that's cool. That's fine." Can you post anything on Kickstarter? It has to be a legit business idea. Like, you actually have to have a plan. Like, if you look at all of these, you see how these are all drawn out, and they have plans, they have mock-ups. This is what the card back looks like, you know, all this kinds of stuff. You have to have an actual plan. If you don't have a plan, nobody's going to back you. Okay, so this game apparently failed. Apparently it came out but failed. I'd never heard of it. And why is this even still showing up here? Why wouldn't... Hold on. All projects, amount raised, goal... Projects I've backed... Come on. Upcoming project successful. Oh, here we go. Live projects. Okay. Oh, well, now there's only 4. Okay. And these are the ones we've already looked at. Okay. Yeah. This is of all of these, I'm still kind of amazed. This dream. Wow, that's a lot of money for that guy to have gotten for that. I mean, and this card game is going to get more too. Because look, this thing is almost done. It's only got 90 minutes left. This guy reached his goal really fast. So I imagine he's probably going to end with probably $75,000 to $80,000 when it's all said and done. And these guys, wow. I really hope that this guy actually comes through with this, because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of freaking money. Post your music with a plan behind it. Let's see. Let me take out one of the filters there. Come on. This thing takes a sweet time. There we go. Successful projects, upcoming projects. Top Star Action Lust TCG. Clash, a draft-based trading card game. Primal trading card game. Depths trading card. Yeah, see, there's so many of these. Culture Heroes. Fragmenta. Game of Skate. TGS with AR. Gem Blenders. Battles of the Gods. Yeah, some of this stuff is just weird. Rise. Mythic with a K. Omni TCG. Solidarity. What is this Lust TCG? Oh, it just says coming soon. So it doesn't even have any information. But there's also Indiegogo. Let me see if I can find anything on Indiegogo. Indiegogo. Indiegogo is more for like films and stuff, though. It's not so much for, you know, like actually producing a product. It's more of like music, films, things like that. And also sometimes like actual products like that you would use, like a hammer. Let's see. Start a campaign. Hold on. Let me check here. Trading card. Wow, there actually are some over here. But these aren't necessarily trading card games. These are... Well, that's just a regular old card game. Blood Red Mars, Demi, Gargle. What is some of this stuff? Vorish trading card game? What? Oh, campaign closed. Oh, okay, I can't even look at it. Okay, yeah, so there are some trading card games over there too, but... Legacy trading card game. Apparently this guy listed it twice. Either that or they're both... Yeah, there's one here where this guy listed it twice, and both times he failed to reach his goal. The first time he only made $10, the second time he got $55. Now, that wasn't paid out to him, but that's how much was contributed, or was going to be contributed. Need to make a cheese TCG. No cheese TCGs. I'm done. I'm going to go get lunch. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It was fun. We'll probably put up another video either tomorrow or Monday. I did get some other product in, and I've already filmed a couple of other videos, so that's why I'm saying it'll probably be tomorrow or Monday. But thanks for hanging out. It was fun. I'm going to dig around and see if I can find a good price on that new Yu-Gi-Oh box. I really want to get one. Let's see if we can get ourselves a Starlight Rare. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. Go to sleep. Go and listen to Dre's music and eat a pancake.